College Rugby is live on TVX Sports Video. Today's broadcast is brought to you by USD Rugby. Since 1980, USD Rugby has been committed to excellence on and off the pitch. Visit usdrugby.org to find out more. And by viewers like you. Your support helps to keep these live streams free to watch on YouTube. You can show your support by dropping a super chat during the broadcast or by joining the TVX Sports Video membership program. Every donation goes towards supporting live, local, and emerging sports. My name is Kenny Laws. Joining me today is Scott Thomas. We are happy to bring you USD versus GCU Rugby here live at Manchester Field in San Diego, California. Scotty, how you doing today?
Doing great, Kenny. Great to be here in the booth with you. TVX bringing us some great pictures of Manchester Field here. Wanted to thank all the viewers at home for bearing with us through this slight delay. The boys are huddled up, and we are almost ready to kick things off.
We've got rosters coming up here for you as kickoff is just a few moments away. We're going to start out with USD. Scotty, talk me through USD here as we put that up on the screen. Who are some people to watch today?
Yeah, you know, Coach Burden's made some adjustments to the lineup as compared to last week. We have 4 freshmen starting off here. Tyler Holmberg's going to be making his debut at number 9. Very excited for that. Brandon Guiducci, the man from Napa Valley here, coming off some late game heroics last week against Santa Barbara, making an impact in the loose forward pack there. So a lot of guys, a lot of excitement. Boys are getting ready to go.
It's always great to see this. This is the second game of the season for USD. They did share the points last week with Santa Barbara, 27-all. They do take on the GCU Antelopes, Grand Canyon University. We'll get that roster up on screen for you in just a moment. Grand Canyon, a victim of that government shutdown last week as they were unable to actually make their flight up to Western Washington, and so they've got a little bit of an extra break coming into this game. They've had 2 games before that earlier on in the season, 1 win, 1 loss. But as you see the rosters going up there, a couple people to highlight. Your number 2, Lau Maka, and number 12, Sione Konaika. They're going to be carrying the ball a lot for GCU today. Look to see them either out wide or immediately in contact in the middle there, making those hard yards. Big feet and quick feet here as well. The number 8, Vince McKeefery, will also be someone to watch for the Antelopes as we get started here.
Should be a great matchup here, Kenny. D1A in the fall. So just a reminder for those folks at home, the D1A conference begins in the fall semester. We will have a break for Christmas in the winter, and then they'll be resumed in the spring. It's a good way to do it, I think, Kenny, just with the academic year, giving folks enough time for playoffs and making enough adjustments so that people don't have to miss final exams and stuff like that for those later round playoff tournaments. But it's just been great to bring that level of competition here earlier in the year, get a little test maybe, see how we're doing, see how we're stacking up, get some big boys the chance to run around here and gallop. It looks like the Antelope will be kicking to the Toreros to start things off here this afternoon.
And we will get that started for you as you see our head referee, Francis, going there right to the middle of the field. One note about this field, however, it's going to be a little bit confusing for those of you who haven't watched rugby on TVX at Manchester Field. That logo dead in the center of the field is not the dead center of the field. That 50-yard line is actually a little bit in GCU territory right now. The 45, as you see the ball being brought back to by the Toreros here, that's actually center field here as we get everything started and wrapped up here.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, as Daniel Sir collects the ball here, it looks like it'll actually be the Toreros kicking to the Antelope. I promise you will not be the only time I'm wrong today, Kenny.
That's all right. As long as we get that right eventually in there, I'll only charge you a quarter per mistake today. How does that sound? How's that sound?
It's most of my salary, so maybe we'll have to skew that a little bit.
Well, I can't charge you pennies anymore. They don't make those anymore.
That's true. That's true. Okay, what are we doing here? A little pregame jitters to the sir.
All right, we have the score bug ready. The ball in the Toreros' hands, and we are about ready to get started here. There is the opening whistle, and the first kick goes a little bit long, allowed to hit the turf here. Toreros in immediate pursuit, and a good gang tackle. Toreros attempting to ruck and steal that ball, but the Antelopes do get that out. That is loose. Attempted to offload there. That was number 4, Ollie Tomlinson. Does not get it out quickly, but GCU retains possession. They're deep in their own territory here. Let's see if they continue to bring it out or if they look to kick. They are retaining possession, bringing that out wide. A good fake there from number 4, Tomlinson again. The ball is out quickly. Another good gang tackle here from USD. Solid defense to start this out. Brought forward, and another pair of tacklers meets that Antelope immediately as he's approaching the gain line. This one's brought back. Looked to be an exit, our first one, and it's claimed well here. That's number 15, Ronan O'Rourke. Brought all the way to the far side to the wings. A good tackle by the Antelopes to prevent getting around that corner there. USD in possession right around midfield.
Some good structured action here early, Kenny. Antelope did well, kind of this triple threat action, carrying the ball, maybe dummies, maybe passing, maybe offloading, but forcing the Toreros to defend, and they did, and they were earning that exit kick and a chance to attack here.
That is Harris Fagan bringing it here right underneath our camera on the near side. He is able to gain some territory for the Toreros.
Harris Fagan, the Massachusetts man, shout out.
Toreros still keeping that ball in possession. Quick offloads, quick into the breakdown, getting those rucks. Haven't seen any attempts at poaching or anything like that. GCU happy to let the ball stay on the ground. But hard meters being worked for here. The gain line is a tough wall to break through so far.
Yeah, we've seen some great defense on both sides here.
There's an attempted clear out there, but the Toreros do keep possession. A slow out of the breakdown here, and a quick kick here. That was number 9, Tyler Holmberg, the debutant, but it is claimed inside their own 22. The GCU will be able to kick from the spot.
See the mark getting called there, Kenny, the equivalent of the fair catch in football. You can do that within your own 22 when you're caught on the fold there. Don't always see that in college rugby, so I like that the clearance kick is not exactly what he wanted to do, but it will be USD line out from the mark.
So a lot of territory gained here for USD. Their first real attack in GCU territory of the day. That's going to be Josiah Lawifi, who's going to be starting that. Apologies in advance for how I'm going to butcher that name throughout the day as well.
It's all good there, Kenny. Look for some deceit here in the line out. Oliver Kane and other assistant coaches for the Toreros making some mark up here where we have not straight.
So as mentioned there, looked like that first one brought back for just a minor infraction. Still USD line out. And the Toreros go up later. GCU up early. And right out of the break, set play. But that ball might have spilled loose there. Oh, the Toreros do retain possession. And they are making some territory here. A good push forward, but it's stolen there in the breakdown without going to ground here. GCU now on the attack on the wing. But the Toreros are able to slow it down. Well met there on the near side. That was Daniel Sir stopping that attack. And another turnover here. That's Cody going. The forward there driving into contact there. And here we go. Big number 4, Wyatt Boswell.
He's tipped. You know, it's funny, Kenny, Big Wyatt Boswell, indeed, the last carry he had, he was going a little bit too high in contact, got the ball ripped out from his hands, and this time he was cut down low and tipped up and over. It will be a penalty to the Toreros, and looked like they're going to kick for points here.
So first penalty of the day, and maybe GCU learning from that first tackle of Boswell. He going a little bit too high. They try and go low again. So here it is. Just knocked out of the hands there on the attempt for GCU, and then you see the very tall Redwood going feet in the air there. Not something you're supposed to see much of in rugby. And here we go. This is O'Rourke for the penalty. Kick is up, and it is well through. The first points of the day belong to the Toreros. It is 3-0 here at Manchester Field after 5 minutes.
And that's an important kick, Kenny. O'Rourke and the Toreros struggled last week with their conversions, both from try and penalty. So get some early points, early confidence for the freshman, putting the ball through the sticks. Must feel good.
And as GCU collects a new ball from the sidelines to get us restarted here, that'll be number 13, Brennan Boyle, from the restart. Let's see if they go short to put pressure on or go deep for that territory. The restart is deep. It's going to be claimed well here, and the Toreros start with the ball deep in their own territory. That's number 13, Chase Basson. Gets around a couple, but that ball does squirt loose. GCU now on the ball here, and they're deep in Torero territory. That's Basson down here on the near side, but play will continue. That's a breakthrough by Tomlinson, number 4, offloaded well. GCU trying to move quickly, but that ball is turned over again. Advantage here for Toreros. Good defensive stand there. Maybe GCU moving a little too quickly through the breakdown.
Yeah, Antelopes, they're very aggressive in that break, looking for some space as the ball is kicked into touch. We'll have a lineup for the Antelope. But, Kenny, that ball there after that turnover, those Antelopes are so aggressive as they make that counterattack there, looking to score, making a little line break there, smelling some blood in the water, but maybe just a little too aggressive in that pursuit there, turning it back over to the Toreros.
And here is that turnover there. That ball just fumbled there on the replay here. But as we watched that there, USD was able to turn that around. As we rejoin the action, ball on the far side gets out into touch. It will be a line out to USD. So that was a little bit of what we saw GCU's early attack. As soon as they see that they're close to the opponent's goalpost there, they're trying to move as quickly as possible. Tomlinson on their side, Ollie Tomlinson, the freshman, immediately getting involved, moving quickly, and you saw the athletic offload there, but didn't quite work for him. And on the line out here, USD is able to claim. We see our first maul of the day, but GCU is able to get in there and stop that early.
I thought we saw a full arm advantage for the Toreros here. I believe we do have a penalty off that maul, Kenny, so it will be Toreros penalty.
So a little too aggressive on that attack on the maul here. USD looking to probably kick here for territory.
I sure hope so. This is a spot where you don't want to miss touch. You just want to clear a little bit out, get into your opposition half, play rugby in their half, have a good attacking platform.
As long as it doesn't hit my car over in the parking lot. There we go, over onto the softball field there. Nice clear kick. Good territory gain for the Toreros. Let's see if we can see where that foul is in that maul right there.
I believe an Antelope joined from an offside position, trying to sack it, bring it down. There's the number 1. It looks like that was the call that the referee made, unfortunately for Dane Edom. A little too aggressive there in that maul defense.
Another line out. That one goes long, but that one was not straight. So you see the trickeration happening on those lineouts here, and we're about to see GCU's first attempt at that lineout. Or no, looks like it's going to be a scrum here.
It's going to be the Antelope's choice. It looks like they will opt for this scrum in this kind of midfield position here.
Does that tell you anything about their game plan throughout the day? Chance for a line out at midfield, and instead they choose for the scrum?
Yeah, you know, it's a good option for the Antelope. They might have a good sense of where we are. I think this is our first scrum here too, Kenny, so it's to be a good test for each side to see how they match up in the heavies v heavies.
Look at that push by the Toreros. And that is a wonderful scrum for the Toreros. GCU does retain, but you saw the push and the power from the Toreros pack there.
Yeah, maybe we'll go for the line-out next time, Ken. We'll see.
Here we are at that false midfield. GCU looking to go forward here. Breaks one tackle. That is their number 12, Kanaika. He is able to carry some progress forward, but met immediately at the gain line by the Toreros defense. Again, more pushing there. The Toreros, looks like that's been broken around the wing there. One of the wingers here on his own up there. He's got some help with him, and he goes down wisely there. Good meters here gained for GCU. Let's see if they come near side. They've got the numbers. A missed tackle there. Can't bring that guy down. That's the number 15, Marcus Terzoli there, pushing out to the side.
Penalty here. tackler not releasing, Ken. We got a penalty to the Toreros.
And that one was pretty tough here. That was Trezzoli who had gained all that territory here. And you can see as he's down there at the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, great open field attack, aggressive attack by the Antelopes. Some really hard-strung runs by their wing and fullback there. I believe that was Leapai on the wing. Hard man to bring down. He's low. He's not a big guy. Strong legs carrying himself through those points of contact, making good cuts. And when the Toreros finally do bring the man down, they don't release him. So this will be another penalty kick to touch for the Antelopes with a good attacking line-out opportunity.
And so we will see that first line-out from GCU here on the far side, very, very close to that try zone. We'll see the defense of the Toreros tested here again early on in the first half. That one's quick. USD does get a hand on it, but it goes GCU's way. GCU attacking on the far side. That's number 12 again, Kanaika. We've called his name a couple of times. That looks to be one of their go-tos out of the breakdown here. Needham attempts to break through that first line, but another gang tackle by that USD defense. There's Aiden Castanon for GCU. Met again by that defense at the gain line. That ball does squirt loose, and it's a knocked forward advantage to USD. They do have the ball now in their own territory. A good turnover by USD's defense.
Like Toreros will look to exit here in the kick. O'Rourke takes it. It looks like it's been tipped. Knock advantage was over, so it's going to be Antelope ball here. Attacking.
On that far side, a good step by Camille Becker there. He was able to get around, but that ball is turned over again. But on the turnover there, the Torero was pushed in to touch. It will be a turnover, another line out for GCU. So nervy moments here on defense, both sides. Turnovers back and forth here.
Yeah, good action here too, Ken. These guys are excited. They're making some good cuts, good breaks, good fends off here. Torero's not exactly able to exit, and we're going to have a good line out. Unfortunately, thrown not straight by the Toreros. What do you see here, Ken?
Again, it's just the execution there. You get this close, and when you're looking to see if we want to get those lineups up there, and there's a lot of talk here as you see the Toreros opting to not go for their own line out after that first scrum, and immediately some talk right there. So maybe some gamesmanship here early, 12 minutes in.
A little nasty, a little. What are your Thanksgiving plans between the big and heavies here? Looking to do a little struggling grunt.
Great sound here on TVX. GCU with a good push on this one, but USD does withstand it. On that first kick, this one's coming right into your living room. Gets good territory out on that kick, and it will be a GCU line out, a good exit by USD, and a good win on that scrum.
Yeah, any way you're able to do it, Ken, when you're given the option of line out or scrum, you want to go with what you feel more confident in. The Toreros right now feel more confident in their scrum than their line out. Able to make a good exit kick with O'Rourke there, as the Antelope will be bringing it in for a line out.
A good line out there this time for GCU. Maka, that one again spilled forward at contact. GCU needing to keep a better handle on that ball as they go into contact here going forward. USD now with the ball a little bit further out, but still in their own territory here. Last week they were happy and content to keep that ball and push it forward as more territory dragged there. USD quick out of the breakdown. That's one stolen by number 11 there. That is Leapai right there. He is going to take it to the try zone there. On the poach, an incredible interception for GCU as the first try of the day belongs to the Antelopes.
Yeah, Leapai there sniffed that one out, pounce on it. Usually it's an Antelope getting pounced on, but the Antelope today pouncing on that little pass there that just didn't have enough mustard on it, and that's going to be 5 points for the Antelopes.
It's a big risk to go after one of those balls there. If you don't make a play on that, even worse if it gets by you, that's a free winger that's going to be going up the sideline, but he had both paws on that real quick, and he was gone in a flash. As Brennan Boyle sets up here for the conversion, obviously learning moment there for USD. Now they see that there's aggression on those wings. You've got to be careful with those passes there. Leapai with our first try of the day, and he was quick in that open field. No one was catching him after he got that ball. And the kick up from Boyle, and that is good. It is now 7-3 GCU here at Manchester Field in San Diego, our first try of the day.
Yeah, good conversion there by the sophomore. Slotted through confidently. That conversion matters because now it's a try needed by San Diego to take the lead back. Right there you see.
Those are good hands. That ball was well above him, and he still brought that down.
Great mitts there, making a confident play, aggressive play. This is an aggressive side by GCU, so the Toreros know that now. Okay, can we use their aggression against them? Can we cause them to jump off, commit a penalty, burn them with their own aggression as Sir resets?
Sir with a short kick, aggressive, and that's going to be knocked on by GCU. USD gets possession here now at midfield. That's number 11, Harris Fagan, bringing that around. He's brought down right at midfield. USD pushing forward again, right into contact. Another phase of play and a jackal attempt there. Ooh. But it's going to be a penalty here, not rolling away on GCU.
Yeah, it was a short reset by Sir, but if you're GCU, I think that's the right idea. You want to go up, make an aggressive play, and try to field that ball because if it bounces, you never know what's going to happen. Unfortunately for the GCU player, knocked off the hands, ultimately turning into a penalty for the Toreros as they find they find touch on that clearance kick.
Here it is again. You can see the attempted jackal coming up here, and you've just got to roll away once you're on the ground and you're cleared out of that. You can't keep diving around. You can't be in the way.
Yeah, things went a little from bad to worse for the Antelope there. Good platform here for the Toreros. Let's see if they can convert something.
The line out to be restarted by Lauifi. That one is straight, but it's contested. GCU gets their hands on it, but is knocked forward, so USD with the advantage here. That's number 12. Will Briggs puts his foot in the ground, steps around. This one brought forward. That's with a latch going forward there as well. You've seen that a couple of times. USD brings some friends with them into contact. The knock-on brought back for advantage, even though GCU was able to poach that.
Yeah, USD got lucky there twice, and the second time was just there, losing the ball in touch. They had a little bit of a longer knock advantage there. The first time being in that line-out itself, it looks like there was a little miscommunication on what they were doing. Fortunately for the Toreros, the ball was knocked by GCU. Unfortunately for the Toreros, we have a man down. I believe that's Big Wyatt Boswell.
When you are as tall as a tree, the trunks do get damaged sometimes.
Yeah, world-class trainer Hamid is out there taking a look at him, assessing him there. We might have a little break in the action here as the waters come out for both sides.
And here is that contact. You can see he does get wrapped up a little bit in there and held down, and Boswell is taking his headgear off. He is going to be subbed off here, at least momentarily. That's Sasha Cox coming in, the number 22 for his position.
So that'll be the fifth freshman on the field for the Toreros. So 1/3 of the starting side here, not the starting side, 1/3 of the side will be freshmen here for the Toreros, indicating a young squad here, Kenny. We had a lot of graduating people, moving on people, creating some opportunities for these younger bucks here. Let's see if they can make an impact.
Another scrum for USD. Boswell replaced in that, so we'll see if that changes that power dynamic in there at all. Good scrum from both sides. That one does get out. USD with the exit. Brought forward there, but well met. That is Chase Basson, who doesn't have any time to do anything in there. He's met immediately at the gain line there as this ball comes near side. That's number 15, Ronan O'Rourke. A good ruck there just in time for USD, stopping that counter ruck there on GCU. A fake there. That is Teddy Montague, able to get a few more meters there. And that's number 2, Lauifi there. But it looks like that one is brought as a penalty for GCU there, not releasing.
The Sir's calling some form of obstruction there for an early latch, yeah, perhaps. And usually it's a point of emphasis for some Sirs in the league. When you can latch on, when you can do that, it has to be before the contact. So unfortunately it's a penalty there, but the kick will not find touch, taken by Basson.
Basson grabs that. He kicks it right back. The backs for GCU under it and ready.
One of the Torero men not playing from the onside position.
A quick restart here for GCU, too. That's Tomlinson. He does lay off. There's numbers here on GCU. Good, quick layoffs here in pressure. That's number 13, Brennan Boyle there, and he is going to be in for the second try. A quick restart for GCU after the offsides, and it's just layoff after layoff. No one brought all the way down, and it's Boyle who ends up with it at the end there, the second try of the day.
Yeah, as we said earlier, Kenny, the Antelope will punish you for your mistakes. USD there had a player pursuing the kick from an offside position. They're penalized, a quick tap, a couple offloads, and that's all she wrote. Second try for the Antelope here. Again, more aggressive play from those Antelopes, both on offense and defense. If the Toreros want to turn this thing around, they need to use the aggression of the Antelopes against them.
So Boyle is setting up here. It's going to be a sharp angle for that conversion. We'll see a first test here from his left foot, it looks like. And a great shot here from TVX. You'll be able to see that ball go through right as we do as well. That kick is up, but it is going to be wide right. No conversion there, so the score remains 12-3. GCU leading here in San Diego. Here's that replay again. You can just see offload after offload here.
Yep, so like we said, a good counterattack. Boom, offload right here. We have numbers on the outside. We're going to feed it back inside. A few defending Toreros, and then it was a pop off the deck over there. I missed that. A great offload over there to Boyle to finish it. So very skillful use of the space and aggression there by the Antelope.
GCU claims on the long restart here. And here we go. GCU bringing it out on their far side over there. USD sacrificing a little bit of territory on that. This one brought in again. That is Maka over there. Directly into contact, but he is met at the gain line. Our first kick, that one is going to be a cross kick here. Is it going to be claimed here by Harris Fagan? Well done by the Massachusetts man. And USD on the attack.
No offsides there as the ruck wasn't formed. It's good back defense there, and it's going to be an advantage to the Antelope, I believe, for something that happened after the tip.
A great push by Sasha Cox there, but is deemed to be illegal there, leaving his feet up perhaps.
Yeah, you know, it was well defended there by the Toreros. It's a dangerous little cross kick there. It's a hard ball to come up against. They did well, moved it out, but unfortunately didn't see the man coming back on defense to make a difference there, win the ball back, and win the penalty for the Antelope.
And here we go again on the penalty here. Let's see how much they go for territory. A good, solid kick right down the line, but it is brought back in by USD. They are able to retain.
What do we have here? It's a little half raised by the assistant ref.
Some conversation here. It did get out before, unfortunately, so it won't be blocked out here. Good territory gained for GCU.
That's a fantastic kick, Kenny, on the penalty there to get some really maximum ground gain. You only have that minimal 5 meters there, and you don't want to kick it out too soon. That was almost a perfect clearance kick. Daniel Sir did his best to keep it in the field of play, but was unable to do so.
And the line out does go long, hits the deck, but no one there to claim it from either side. GCU does get it on the bounce, and they are in attacking territory again here. They look to be going to the far side. That's Tomlinson again. One of the problems GCU has had when the breakdown is this slow, though, they haven't been able to take it into contact. They've been coughing it up. Both of their tries on really the transition here, so let's see if they can retain it for a couple of phases here. Met well by the USD defense. It is going to be tough meters, and USD gets in there and poaches that ball. Penalty forced.
Saw a lot of limbs over that ball, Kenny. When you see that, it's a little bit of a panic moment for both sides, frankly. The Toreros able to get over that ball, win the poach. They've been aggressive on the counterattack in their own right, the counter ruck in their own right, testing the strength of those rucks, making sure you're keeping your head up as you're sealed over, as they find touch here. So it'll be a Torero line out.
It'll be a line out, but it'll be a little bit disappointing, a little more horizontal than it was vertical up the field here, and so still deep into Torero territory on this line out. Here is that poach you see on the replay there. All those limbs that you can see, and it gets a little troubling there. On the line out, USD able to claim well. And they try to attempt a maul, but it is spilled there. That was Montague, who unfortunately lost the handle on it in there. And GCU again turning the ball over deep in Torero territory.
Yeah, you know, funny enough, Kenny, Sean O'Leary was my rugby coach in high school way back. Shout out Boston College High School. Taught us in that maul, you got to keep the ball low and cause the defender come through and not over the top. Right there, Montague is holding that ball up a little bit too high, allowing his opposition to peel it right over his shoulder. So it's going to be another Antelope scrum here, tested by the Toreros.
USD pushing that, but the Antelopes are able to get that out, and they are out wide. That's Boyle caught there, but that was a high tackle. You see the advantage being played, and that is going to be an immediate advantage taken for GCU. Let's see what they choose to do here after that high tackle.
Yeah, definitely in range here for a penalty kick for Boyle. He's looking at it, but it looks like they're going to kick to touch.
They do sense that they are able to go for more points on the tries right now, and Boyle does get it out to the sideline there.
Ooh.
Right off of a couple of those cars there. He's going for the max points there.
Yeah, caught that Chevy Malibu, looks like, Ken, but I think the windshield's still intact, so we're all good.
If it's your first time visiting at Manchester Field, recommendation, point those windshields away from the field. Maybe if you're trying to watch in there, you've got to just go out the back, but you're in danger of losing that windshield that close to the field.
Speaking of out the back, a great little pop here by the Antelope, but a hard hit here, Kenny, onto the turf of Manchester.
That was Loifi there on the gang tackle. Big hit brought down, but GCU moving where it matters, gaining territory. They are close to the try zone. This is going to be where the forwards make their money here. They're going to be pushing for those last couple meters. The breakdown slower than GCU really wants it to be, but on the advantage brought back here.
I believe it's an offside call from the Sir here for the penalty. But it was good. It was good. Desperate defense there by the Toreros close to their try line. They'll be on their try line some more. It's a quick tap here.
And that was through, but it is dropped. And that is dropped forward. USD with the turnover right on their own try zone line. They're going to be brought here attacking again with the advantage. They're going to see if they can bring it out a little bit further before that exit. Tough angle this one. Here's the exit attempt. Good kick off to the sidelines there. That one does find touch. A good defensive stand from the Toreros.
Yeah, and a great clearance kick there as well, Kenny. It's not a part of the field you want to play in, even with the scrum advantage, because you know what? Even if you get that scrum, it's not exactly a place on the field you want to be scrumming. So good clearance kick there. I believe that was Basson in the clearance kick. I could be getting that wrong, but here's a good look at that tackle, hard tackle on the ball, causing that knock and the eventual exit for the Toreros.
It was a little bit damp earlier in the day, but we do have great weather here, so it should be no excuses on the handle right now. GCU on the attack again here. Another quick attempt, and that ball hits the deck one more time. GCU not able to secure the ball, and now USD with an attack here on the side. That is number 13, Chase Basson. He has broken through a couple. Great yardage made. He does have support with him. And here come the Toreros. Immediate attack there. That was number 12, Will Briggs, gaining a couple more meters there. And that's Montague, number 5, in the blue headgear. And the Toreros now sensing they have something on the attack. The latch again as the forwards go together. That one's brought. Good hands by number 10, Daniel Sir, as that ball is behind him. He is able to gather. And the Toreros driving forward here on the far side of the field. Quick in, big hit there. I believe that was Cody going in there. That's a lot of pounds going in one direction. Stopped pretty quickly. Number 13 here, that's Chase Basson. He is able to stand up against 2 defenders. USD retaining here. USD slow to the breakdown. No ruck attempted there for GCU. Immediately going forward again. GCU not attacking as quickly as they can. That's Torres Capus pushing forward now. There we go. That's Sasha Cox immediately off the bench. The sub making an impact, driving towards the goalposts. Daniel Sir with good hands again. He breaks through. On the ground, Toreros continuing to push as we go forward here. That's Chase, I believe, Basson. but off your feet there, and it's a turnover. GCU able to stand forward. Incredible defensive work, really good play both ways as play was just back and forth across the side.
Saw some great action there, Kenny, didn't we? Some real strong athleticism by USD's backs. Danny Sir made a little wriggling catch there to hold on to a ball that was behind him. Some good carries here by the sub, Sasha Cox, big Tori Kapus, rumbling through. We got a couple guys down here on one knee, on their backs, just bent over, just catching their breath. We're catching ours here in the booth. But some great college rugby action here.
So maybe for the first time, USD really able to show some of its physicality here, as there were a couple of hard hits there. You saw a lot of hair jostling around in the air, a lot of shoulders shaking in there. A couple of GCU Antelopes taking a knee here as one of their teammates is being tended to. USD going to take a chance here to get some water there. But if we've got a highlight package coming in here, there's probably 4 or 5 things in there. I think there were 2 catches by Sir I saw that were maybe a foot behind him that kept the play going in there. There were some hard hits from Sasha Cox, as you saw there. Cody Going even getting in there. Here are a couple of those replays coming up. So this is all back at the start of this. And that's Bassan getting through right here as he puts his foot down, and all of a sudden he's got green grass. That's Sir's first catch right there.
Yeah, great catch of the one hand there, Ken. And then here's the other one. Ball behind him right there, shuffling the feet just to retain. And you know what? GCU's done this so well, too, that the man with the ball carrier, is doing such a great job of showing that he could give the ball out, he could run, he could dive, he could try to jump past you, he could try to go through you. And when you're a defender, you have to be ready to defend all 3 of those things. GCU's done a fantastic job with that today, and USD showed a little bit of that themselves.
Boyle on the restart does kick it out to touch, so it'll be able to line out to GCU. Here we go. That one does go long again. We've seen that a couple of times. It is claimed. That is number 8, Dennis White, able to claim that one off the deck. And here we go. The big Taurus Kapust immediately into contact, driving over the pile there. And that was Sir with the dummy there, able on the short offload. But a jackal there, GCU able to get that ball that was unattended there, and a turnover for the Antelopes. GCU here slow on the restart. And I believe USD got that ball back. And there's Lawifi there with a latch there. Seeing maybe a little bit of that physicality taking a toll. Sasha Cox breaking through the line, able to gain forward. And USD on the attack again. Here's Lawifi here. He's got Kapust in support. But a good tackle. That's number 7, Hunter Finlay.
Sir's calling it not for a penalty, just for, I believe, a safety measure here. There's a man down for the Toreros. So saw the play going over that side and said, hey, you know what, let's blow it up here. Make sure everyone's staying safe.
And you see those legs being elevated on that far side. I can't quite see who it was here. Look at that, driving right through there, but it looks like that might have taken a toll on him as he hasn't able to really come back up from that hit.
Yeah, I see the blue headgear. It's Bassan. He's had a tough day at the office so far. I've seen him down in the turf a few times here during a opening of play. So I don't know if he's cramping. I don't know if he's dealing with an injury. Looks like to be in a little bit of discomfort here. But, again, world-class trainer Hamid taking a good look at him, taking good care of him.
And an important factor of rugby, every time I call one of these games, I love seeing it. The safety is paramount. The Sir immediately recognizing danger to one of the players out on the field, and it does look like Bassan is going to be taking an early exit here from today's game. That is a big blow to the Torero team here. But sub will be coming in, and I believe that's going to be D'Angelo Robinson, number 23, right here, hopping at that 50-yard line. He's that replacement here, as it's going to be a scrum to USD.
Yeah, so if you're the Toreros, this is still a really good opportunity to get back into this game, okay? It's a 2-possession game with a 9-point deficit, but scrum has been your strength so far. You've got a great platform. You need to make a push here. You need to make an opportunity for your boys. It's a little bit of an unlucky break with Bassan coming out, but this is a deep Torero team. We have some good skill on the bench here, good impact men.
That scrum does hold up there. Well done by both sides. That's really good to see at this level. That's professional level scrumming. We go to the far side. That's O'Rourke there, the fullback driving forward, able to gain a couple more meters off the deck there. A counter ruck from GCU, but it is withstood here. Torero retained possession far into GCU territory, and we now see the forwards going back to work. And a little bit of an early ruck, not releasing off of the tackle, and now a penalty here for USD. And it's never been Charlie Purden's style to kick for points. They are going to kick for touch out to the side and try and go for that try.
Yeah, the Dan Campbell of college rugby here, looking to get 5 or 7 instead of 3. Not an ideal clearance kick, but still it's going to be a good opportunity here for the Toreros. I saw a little dummy action there. So on the side we have this very, very aggressive defense from the Antelope, and the Toreros are doing a good job here, just kind of making them work for it. Okay, you didn't hold me down the tackle. I'm going to get back on my feet, and that causes the whole line to back up, the whole defense of the Antelope to back up a couple more meters. That can make a big difference there when you're looking to make a little bit more of a run there, as we have a reset coming here for the Toreros.
The new ball being brought in from the other sideline. So it's a line out here just inside the 22. Toreros to throw. That one does go a little bit long, and that is going to be knocked. Advantage to GCU, but that is loose. And on the knockdown there, the advantage will be given back to GCU, so they will be able to clear their lines. A little bit of a wasted opportunity for USD, not able to execute off of that line out there.
Yeah, unlucky for the Toreros, but again, trust in your pack here, make a good shove in the scrum, and you're right back in it. You cannot lose hope. You can't get discouraged here because, again, you play to your strengths a little bit here in the scrum. So see if the Toreros can make a little shove here.
Looks like a good push from the Toreros, but that is going to be brought back here. An exit kick, attempted charge down, a good high kick. That one is going to be off of one of the backs, and it's going to go back there. Here we go, nervy moments for the backs here at USD. Brought forward there.
Oy.
And that one is a very dangerous tackle. Again, you see the legs going high in there. That is going to be an immediate yellow card, and that is a dangerous tackle there. Aggression not working towards GCU's advantage. You'll see that pretty clearly live, but on the replay here, again, easiest spot once we see those cleats in the air, one tackler here. So we have our first sin bin trip of the day, and that is going to be Marcus Trezzoli of the GCU Antelopes, who will be taking a little bit of a break right next to the booth with us.
Yeah, it's a 10-minute break for the 15 there. Everyone knew immediately. Referee ran into a sock. Really no contest from the captain or the player himself. Something you don't want to see. Low tackles are fine. You got to make a wrap. You got to bring a guy down if you do get him up in the air. But 10 minutes will sit for the rest of the first half, and it's a good opportunity for the Toreros as this ball is not straight.
The good opportunity, again, wasted. The lineout has not been executed very well so far in this first half, something that Charlie is absolutely going to be talking to his team at the halftime talk. Obviously, not what the Toreros want to see, so that halftime talk might be a little bit higher volume than usual.
No, if you're the Toreros there, you've had a couple of lineouts not go your way. You got to try something different and maybe short ball or something like that just to keep GCU honest in their defense.
The offloads here from GCU are very, very quick, no matter where they are on the field. That's Kanaika on the ground there. But again, quick hands from everyone in the attack here. A little bit slower now as we go here. Going to the far side, that's number 7. Hunter Finlay, met by that Torero defense. And if you let that Torero defense get set, they're going to meet you at that gain line. That's number 6, Nigel Johnson, met there again. Here coming forward, a quick tackle there.
Stolen. Not stolen again.
Stolen there. That was Fagan, almost got his hands on that. Met immediately as that ball was there. Number 5, Garen White, running through some contact there. Heavy meters here at Manchester Field. GCU retaining possession, even though they are at that man down.
What do we have? So we see something from the AR here. We're going to have a little conference here. It looks like there was a little extracurricular having behind the ref's back. So Alexis here, the AR spotted it and called it and said, hey, we saw that. So now we're going to have a little conference here between the referees. I don't know if we have an angle from TVX, but perhaps we did. I think I saw, I believe it was a like a ruck clearing out.
You're going to have the captains be called over here, so a conversation.
It was Danny Sir and Antelope, I believe, and there was a ruck clean out there, and Danny was trying to break his bind and get him off so he can continue his play. But then there looked to be a little retaliation from the Antelope. I think that's what it's all about here. I don't know exactly what the call is going to be, but he's talking to the Antelopes. It looks like it will be Toreros' penalty.
So again, a major part of rugby, the teaching moments, the safety moments in there. They're going to stop that game when something's not happening. The referee, a steward of the game, needs to make sure that the game is progressing the right way and safely. He's going to make sure that both captains are aware of it. The respect during that conversation, you didn't see any talk back from either of those captains as they were getting talking to there from the Sir. And the Toreros will restart us here.
Yeah, Toreros silent, asking for a red card from a punch in the face. The Sir must not have seen it that way, and this kick is not going to find touch.
That kick isn't going to find touch. It is claimed by Becker, and GCU will retain. A quick attack here, though, is snuffed out, and the Toreros are pushing that gain line backwards. Even though they don't have possession, they're gaining this territory on defense here. And you see GCU retaining there. That ball almost spilled on the deck, and it's going to be advantage USD as they have the ball now. Moving forward, they have that advantage. You hear the use it from the sideline. USD moving forward. A fake there. Driven forward into that contact, continuing to move forward here. A latch and the forward pack there. The front row going here.
I believe there's a penalty advantage here.
Another advantage. Here we go off to the side. It looks like that's Harris Fagan. Number 11, he rolls through.
He lost the ball there,
He
Ken.
did lose the ball, unfortunately. Very close to the try zone, but it is going to be advantaged USD brought back.
It's a great opportunity here for the Toreros, Ken. Remember, GCU are still down a man.
They are
the
down
Toreros
man.
need to punch this ball in here. I think we're going to see a little American rugby at its finest. You see numbers
go.
1, 2, and 3.
That's tipping the scales if I've ever seen it. That is the front row. Going to touch and go. Here we go. This is going to be a big hit right in there as Kapust goes into contact. The offload is there. Driven forward. USD has support. Not bringing that ball carrier down. He is able to push forward, and that is a try. I believe that was your number 8, Dennis White, who ended up finishing that right there in the end. The first try for USD here today. And it was hard work there. It was a lot of work from the forward pack. The big boys get to eat here this morning at USD.
Yeah, it's huge, Kenny. It's huge for the Toreros, a team that in this first half, thus far, it's struggled to convert on their opportunities. A lot of good opportunities there. Some missed lineouts, some missed touch here and there, but take nothing away from the Toreros there. A big boy, 1, 2, 3, little tap and go there off the pen. A nice little deceit off the reset, and then punched in by Whitey, Dennis White, for the first try of the Toreros. And this is another big conversion here, Ken, to draw within 2.
And you'll see it, a great angle at home. This is going to be Ronan O'Rourke on the attempt for the conversion. And he drills that one dead center. And we are now 12-10. It is a 2-point game as we approach halftime. A great showing from both teams here. And be warned, when we show you this replay here in just a second, you are going to feel that first hit on the restart from Torres Kapust and the front row.
Yep, and a quick reminder to the folks at home, official time is kept on the field by the Sir. So if you see the clock go to 40, it doesn't necessarily mean the next stoppage will bring us to half. Sir might have taken time off for any number of penalties, conversations with the players in the field and that kind of stuff. So he's keeping the official time on the field with his watch.
GCU will get us restarted here. Maybe a few more minutes of time here. USD looking to get some more points before half. Take advantage. That one is going to be short. It's not going to go 10.
Yep, and that's another good little play right there by the Antelopes. He was instructed to do so, encouraged to do so by his teammate, but that could have been played by the Toreros there if the Antelope didn't jump on it. So although it will be a center scrum to USD, if you're an Antelope, you just grab that ball and you play the center scrum. You don't want anything else to happen. Ball will bounce funny. You're just going to take your lump and cut your losses and try to get them next time.
So here is that center scrum right at midfield. And the Toreros with that man advantage still looking to take advantage of that yellow card that is still active here It is 15-14 in terms of that man advantage right now. Good scrum from both sides. That is brought out here. A switch of the field. We have the near side. That is going to be brought down into touch. Good ruck here from USD. They are able to retain possession, and they drive directly back at that GCU line. Brought here. That's going to be Sir who brings it out. Good contact there. And not releasing there. That ball is poached again. GCU able to turn that ball over right here at the stroke of halftime as we are approaching. And as my partner pointed out, we don't know exactly how much time we've got left in this half. Only the Sir does on that watch. You see him pointing to it every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. And you can kick to touch here on the penalty. It won't bring us into half.
And we have seen good meters gained on that.
Attempted to be held in by Daniel Sir. He will contest that with the Sir, the assistant Sir, but it was brought into touch. So it will be GCU's line out here. I believe this will be the last play of the first half.
Right at the 22. So GCU, even though they are a man down, looking to attack here and maybe get some points right before half. The line out does go long. No one even goes up for it. That's number 3, Will Sandberg, the captain, who claims it with the one hand and into contact immediately. GCU on the attack. Tomlinson there. That is brought over to the far side. That's Kanaika, slip there, but he keeps the ball, keeps his feet as well. USD may be able to get some numbers on that far side there. Tomlinson with that ball again. That's number 10, Aiden Castanon, who's there in there. But it looks like that one is going to be a turnover, and I do believe we are at half here as that one is turned. And we have hit halftime. The score at half, GCU 12, USD 10. A great first half of rugby, Scotty.
Cracking match so far. Hope you guys will enjoy the highlights and be back to join us in the second half.
All right, and before we get to halftime, let's show a couple of our highlights from the end of that first half here. And we did actually get a little bit of that extracurriculars here on that. So you're going to see this right under our noses. And you see it right there, just to the right of your screen. A little bit of a shove there, push back. That was what we saw there. Here is the push here off to the side. Good attempt here from USD, getting close to the try line that first try right there. And here's that TV shattering hit there from the front row. Torres Capusta and his buddies there. That is not for the faint of heart to be standing in the way of that pack as it comes forward. But as we go into halftime, the boys will get a little bit of a break here moving forward. And we will take you into a couple of minutes break. But as we go there, we're going to do a little bit of the requirements here. USD Rugby is powered by teamwork both on the pitch and in our partnerships. The Toreros would like to thank NFP for investing in our student athletes and believing in the future of our club. Through their generous support of USD Rugby, NFP has ensured that the Toreros can continue to perform at the highest level. For trusted policy guidance and coverage options, head to nfp.com to see how they can support your business insurance needs. NFP, an Aon company. Now Sports fuels USD Rugby on and off the pitch. Now Sports products are among the best in the industry, backed by world-class research, rigorous development standards, and the use of high-quality ingredients. Whether you're a full-time pro or just getting back into the game, Now Sports has the clean, lab-tested supplements and nutritional products you need, all without artificial colors or flavors. Together with USD Rugby, Now Sports is helping to form champions who compete with integrity. Visit nowsportshub.com to learn more and about how Now Sports can fuel your performance. And, of course, before we take a break for halftime, we'd like to say thanks to our broadcast partner, TVX Video. TVX Video has been covering sports in San Diego and around the country for nearly 20 years. They are committed to bringing you the best live, local, and emerging sports coverage. If you enjoy these TVX Sports video live streams, please consider showing your support with a super chat or by joining the TVX Sports Video membership program. Every donation goes towards supporting live, local, and emerging sports. All right, we are on the restart here in the second half. GCU to get us going here at Manchester Field in San Diego. And the kick is away. It is deep. USD to claim. well taken here, and they carry forward into contact. So, Scotty, tell me, in that first half, obviously good from both sides, everything that we want to see in a close rugby match. What are you looking to see in this second half?
Yeah, there's a lot that both sides can be proud of in that first half. It was a great first half of college rugby. It's exactly what D1A rugby is all about. I believe the Toreros are looking just to minimize their mistakes and recover better off those mistakes. So if you think about it, the 2 tries that they conceded to the Antelopes, one was off an intercept and the other was off a penalty. So clean those things up for the Toreros, and they might be finding themselves in a good spot here.
And immediately as we're talking about it, the Antelopes unfortunately spilled that ball off of a relatively basic offload there. Not something we want to see right out of the halftime. Everything in the first half tells you that you're going to get hit as soon as that ball comes to you, so maybe hearing those footsteps a little bit early.
Yep, and a reminder, Ken, that the Toreros are still playing up a man with the Antelope 15. I believe that's Terzoli there. Just a minute or two left on his yellow card, so he'll be itching to get back in. He's almost jumping out of his seat here right next to us here, Ken.
And a scrum to get us restarted. Well scrummed by both sides. And it's brought back. Going to be kicked here. Good long kick. That's past the backs. That's going to be dangerous here. Let's see how they can claim it. Oh, that is knocked back into their own try zone. Here's the pursuit from USD. This is going to be dangerous here for GCU, but they do get an exit on a kick, a desperation kick. Here comes USD on the attack right away into the second half. Rolling in. We're inside the last 5 meters here. Forwards looking to get over that try zone. Can't quite see who's got the ball there. We'll see what we can do there. Rolling over there, and a try immediately from USD.
That was Tori Capus, I believe, on the finish there, Ken, but great aggressive attack by the Toreros. It all started with a fantastic clearance kick to space. I believe that was Ronan O'Rourke. I'm not really sure. We'll get a closer look at that, but an awesome kick there to find a little space and force the Antelope back into their own spot. Reminder, it's their fullback who was serving that yellow card, so a little more space to kick at there for the Toreros, taking advantage, and a couple of fantastic phases. That was an awesome collection by Sam Carlson there in the wing. I believe he bumped that first defender off him, and it just resulted in a fantastic try for the Toreros. First lead as well.
That's exactly, I mean, you can't have a better start to the second half for the Toreros, immediately putting pressure, and that's got to be one of the scariest things in rugby. When that ball goes over your head, you're the last man back, and you hear thump, thump, thump coming behind you. Here we go for the conversion. That is Ronan O'Rourke. That kick is up, and it is good.
That's an excellent conversion there by O'Rourke there. He's in the zone right now.
17-12 USD. Here is that replay. Here is the big kick that starts it. And you see how far we have to pan. That thing gets so far down. And not an easy gather by the fullback.
It was a great bounce for the Toreros there, and the counter kick was in a little bit of a desperation, collected by Carlson there, and it's a fantastic bump, causing additional defenders to come in and try and stop him, allowing eventually Capus crashing over the ball. Big fella right here, set up in that pod, try and stop me, right over the top for the try and conversion for the Toreros as we're back to full strength here, Ken. So we got a little bit of a rugby match going on. Toreros able to do well with that yellow card, scoring 2 tries up a man, and the Antelope would be looking to answer here.
A quick kick there from Boyle, but that is claimed. That is a great short claim there, and the Toreros gain a lot of territory here early. That's Oifi there, gathered there immediately on contact there, but a good quick offload as this ball is swung out to the far side. USD able to get around that gain line. The wingers doing some work over there. USD on the attack here in the second half so far.
Yeah, great hands by Montague there, the man from Washington, D.C., collecting that low clearance kick and bringing it back into the Antelope half for the Toreros.
Toreros looking to bring this one forward. That's Kapust again, who the try scorer we just saw, Montague, bringing forward. But a good first attack there, a good ruck given. Unfortunately, that attack did come in there, but a quick restart here as that's Sir who goes in. He's not wrapped, so he gets back up on his feet. And there we go, O'Rourke there into some open space, but he is brought down well. The Toreros gaining a lot of territory here, being very physical, aggressive of their own, as we saw a lot of that from the GCU Antelopes in the first half.
Kenny, you're just seeing both sides here playing with fantastic confidence. What an absolute joy to watch here. Thank you, TVX, for bringing us these pictures. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast as it's Antelope ball here.
GCU gets that ball in the turnover there, and here we go. Toreros trying to turn that ball over. GCU looking to retain. A good counter ruck, a lot of bodies in there, but GCU has it down there at the bottom, I promise. A clear out attempt there. Deemed illegal there.
This might be a card here. It's a late charge.
It's at least a conversation here.
Dennis White always good for a conversation, but the sir's reaching into his sock, and he's going to tell Mr. White to have a seat for the next 10 minutes. That will be a yellow card to the Toreros. That's a really tough one, Ken. The Toreros are playing again, like I said, great confidence, great go forward, and now there's a yellow card here. We're going to see the replay here. It's a late challenge and charge of the ruck, and the sir's always looking to protect the 9 and protect that ruck there once it's won. And unfortunately, despite him pleading his case, Dennis White will be sitting for 10 minutes.
Dennis White is a finance and real estate major, so silver-tongued, I bet. But just not enough to convince him to stay on the field for that full 10 minutes. He will take a little early break here, gather his thoughts, think about what he's done on this side, as now the Toreros will play a man down. It'll be a line out to GCU on that far side right at midfield. And here we go on that restart. A quick offload that is brought here forward by GCU. Again, those quick offloads as they're being brought down. They don't really like to go all the way down to the ground with it. It looks like they're offloading as they're in contact, but a little too aggressive as that ball just spills forward. It'll be a line out to the Toreros as it falls out sideways.
Yeah, that's Antelope Rugby there. They've been doing a lot of fend and offload and pop from the turf and everything like that. That time a little too aggressive. It looks like that last offload, there wasn't a man running onto it. And it's going to be Torero line out, however, won by the Antelope.
And Maka there takes it. He is a big man moving forward, and he is moving fast. Heavy hit there, and he drives forward. GCU looking to press their advantage with the man advantage here. We did have a substitute come in here. Number 19, Drager, is in the game for GCU. But a good meet here by the Toreros at that game line, pushing the pack backwards. Counter ruck attempted, but that ball is retained here. GCU moving forward. That's Maka again. He's driving forward into that contact. Hard-hitting meters here in the offensive half. The GCU moving forward. A cross kick there. That is claimed well by USD. I think a retreating defender brought that one back. Maybe that was Sasha Cox or D'Angelo Robinson. Couldn't quite tell from this angle over here. But Torero ball now deep in their own. They look to exit here. A good kick that is high. It's going to be claimed here. Well claimed by GCU. Coming forward here, that's Brennan Boyle with a head of steam. He is met and brought down. USD able to stop him going forward, but GCU keeps possession. Now running forward there. We've seen them go to turf a couple times now instead of those aggressive offloads here. That one is tipped there, and that is brought in. That was Harris Fagan who came up with that. I think it was tipped by a couple of hands. Good hands by Fagan to bring that down.
More great impact by the freshman from the East Coast there. Doing
Montague
very well.
Bringing it forward. And an advantage here. Looks like USD is going to escape that attack as they will look to push this one out a little bit further, get some breathing room on the defensive side as they are still a man down.
Yeah, just high-octane energy here, Ken, on both sides, and you can feel that frantic defense by the Toreros. They're able to stiffen where it counts, keep the Antelope with the man advantage out of the tri-zone, and if you're the Toreros here, you want to slow things down just a little bit. Remember, you have a man on the sideline in the chair. You have the lead. You want to walk to this line out here and just have a little bit of awareness and let that clock tick, tick, tick for Dennis White to get back in.
Here we go on the restart. The line out at that false midfield, not at quite midfield. This is still Torero territory, remind you. That line out here, that does look straight on our side, but it's not well claimed. GCU is able to get that, but that ball hits the deck. And so USD catches a break there as it was knocked forward by GCU. USD looking to go forward. Another good long kick, but the fullbacks are in position this time, able to go forward here. Let's see it. They are carrying forward right as contact comes in, though. That ball is kicked away. Ronan O'Rourke on his own. He sees some space, but it is cleared out here. The fullback for GCU. I'm sorry, that's not the fullback. That's Brennan Boyle, who is able to claim that one as well.
Yeah, more a little ping pong action there, Ken. Some high flying kicks, some bouncing, some wild knocks around the park here. But good stuff from the Toreros there. This is where they want to be. This is good for them, especially down a man. They are going to have a line out here about the 10-meter line, looking in, attacking towards the Antelope try line.
So here we go. The line out has been nervy for both sides, it seems, so far today. So USD looking to get maybe a little bit of that more under control here.
What do we have here? A little conversation here from the sir on both sides, but remember, Ken, this is an area where the Toreros have struggled today, the line out.
And GCU obviously making sure that they try and take advantage of this. They want to get this line out on their side here, but well done by USD, and they take them all forward, and they are gaining plenty of territory here. A lot of pile of bodies in there. No use in me saying a name, but GCU on the back foot getting pushed by this USD maul. A lot of territory gained forward for the Toreros. Charlie Purdon will love that.
Yeah, you hear that Manchester crowd getting into it too as Danny's here, a little hop, skip, and a jump, finding some space.
Incredible as he had an antelope dangling all over him. He moved forward with that. Toreros pushing forward in territory. They sense they've got something on here. Maybe a little bit slower in the breakdown, but here comes Teddy Montague with that blue headgear. Advantage for USD. Let's see if they try some trickeration. There is that squib kick forward into the corner, but it does go out into touch. Not quite claimed in time.
Unlucky.
You saw the hands go up because there was someone who got on top of it, but it looks like it got out of bounds just before that.
Unlucky. You saw a possible highlight reel try for the Toreros there. Right idea. You have the penalty advantage. Try something a little bit different. A little grubber kick through the line. Didn't quite pay off, so you get to take the ball back to the mark of the penalty, and it looks like the Toreros are going to slow things down and go for a penalty conversion to extend their lead to 5.
And we talked about that in the first half.
I'm sorry. Whoa. Extend their lead to 8. Sorry, Ken.
That's okay. You're not at school here anymore. It's fine. So it's a switch up from what we talked about in the first half, and the moment of the game does dictate that change. They are ahead. They are a man down now, though, as in the first half, Charlie Purdon doesn't like kicking for points, but right now he'll absolutely take that.
Yeah, you get about a minute here, Ken, to slow things down. Look at the posts.
And the kick is up. Well through, and another 3 points for USD, as it is now 20-12. And how much is that gap, Scotty?
8.
Very good.
Making it a 2-possession game, Ken, more importantly.
It is at 2 possessions. That does matter. We are still a man down for USD, so 15-14. He is looking to his sideline referees for that confirmation. A sub coming in here for the Antelopes. That is number 20, Mustafa Abdelmouti here coming in. A little bit of an extra ball on the field here from Director of Rugby, Kevin. Maybe not his highlight of the year, Mr. Eaton. But it'll be a restart here for GCU. And Abdelmouti comes in for Garen White. The long kick again. This is claimed. That's O'Rourke. His foot has been dangerous. This one does get to the deck, but it bounces kindly for GCU. Brought forward here. That's Brennan Boyle brought down with a good tackle. That was number 12 there. Will Briggs on the pursuit. Chase Basson trying to poach over, but it is retained here by GCU. GCU driving forward there. Everything looks to be on the up and up as those bodies are starting to fly.
Yeah, it's a fantastic coverage tackle by Will Briggsy there. In a huge spot, makes the play.
Gaston with a far kick into the corner, and that one's retained, knocked backwards, I believe. That was Maka, or that was either Maka or someone on the far side who was able to knock that one back. This one's Maka right here into contact. The quick offload run over there. That's Will Stanberg, the captain for GCU, as they are on the attack here. A cross kick in there. That is going to get into the try zone here, but that's going to come down, and it is going to be dropped down here by number 22, Sasha Cox. Well defended there, but pressure here for GCU, as this will be a drop kick from their own try zone line.
Yeah, it'll be a goal line drop here. It'll be a goal line drop here for the Toreros. Absolute frantic energy here, but again, Toreros escaping here, not giving up any points. This is going to be a big clearance kick by Danny Sir. Need a little breathing room.
It does get out there. It is going to hit the deck. The bounce does get a friendly USD bounce, and it gets to around midfield. But here we go, right back into that contact again. USD pushing in there.
What is he? It looked like the yellow card was brought back on into play here. So we have Dennis White, who's resumed the play here. He's here at the top of the counter ruck. And we're back at full strength, Ken.
It is 15 on 15. That is Maka dragging the pile forward, looking to gain his possession. Here we go. This is swung out wide. A good step down by Terzoli. But he has brought good pursuit here by USD as they are bending but not breaking. Maka again into contact. The offload quickly before he gets down. Another quick offload again. But a knock forward. Needham goes a little bit too quickly and catches his own teammate off guard. It is 15 on 15. USD has possession in their own half. And it looks like we're going to start with a scrum here. There's that replay, just a little too quick. And USD ready for that quick offload, forces that error.
Yeah, and this is a big scrum here too, Ken. The Toreros are in a good spot, but you need to secure this ball. You need to be short-handed here. We have a little bit of a high bind here. You could play into the Antelope, but you need to secure this ball and get out of dodge.
And the scrum does spin there.
Just going to have a reset here.
It is not called the dark arts for nothing. There are a lot of bodies in there. There's a lot of stuff happening. A lot of physical force and inertia going in hopefully two directions, but sometimes it gets a little sideways there. Here comes the second attempt at this scrum here. A good push, but held up by both sides. Well done, and here's going to an exit kick. That one does come out low, and that is going to be bouncing on the deck, but it's claimed here by the backs. That's Castanon. He has 15 there. That's Terzoli there. GCU moving forward. They're going to be aggressive, and we've seen this a couple of times as they bring it out to the wing. But a broken tackle there by one of the subs, but knocked forward again. As Ollie Tomlinson just can't keep the handle, and that was a promising attack that is just let down on that spot right there.
Toreros get very lucky there, Ken. It's so important to make your tackles in rugby, and the Toreros missed two in a row there. The Antelope had numbers and space. Unfortunately for them, it's been a tale of the end of the first half, end of the second half here. They're having a little hard time holding on to the ball and keeping up with their own pace of their offense. So if they want to play that quick, fast and loose offensive game, a lot of offloads, they need to be shorthanded with the ball.
Head coach Sean O'Leary is definitely going to be ruining a lot of these knock-ons. Another clearance. This one is high into the air. Well kicked here by Ronan O'Rourke. But that one is not claimed by GCU. Castanon not able to get to it in pursuit here. That is a good pursuit there from Johnny Butler. And now USD looking to keep GCU back again with those quick offloads. That does knock backwards though, so GCU does get a little bit lucky with the hands getting loose. And those offloads not on the ground, it's biting both ways. They're able to gain a lot of territory, but it's just so fast that sometimes they're not ready for that ball to come out. This one does slow down. Down to the foot, that's a cross kick. Dangerous here. Number 11, unfortunately, Leapai can't get to that one. That is Ronan
Ton of
O'Rourke,
space there
who
for
does
O'Rourke.
get it into the empty backfield here. And he does force a kick out there. Great territory gain for USD.
Everyone's taking a breath here, Ken, but man, what a fantastic sequence there. The Toreros are coming off of the better of that one, but you can just see on the faces of some of these boys here, doubled over, sucking wind. This is where the subs are coming off. It looks like O'Leary's brought almost all of his subs into this game here, Ken. We're going to see a little test of depth there as we get some fresh legs out on the field, but some great action there. Shout out, John Butler had a great pursuit and that kick. Rourke had another great kick to force his guys, these Antelopes, back into their own half. Let's see if the Toreros can convert this line out here.
The line out is contested and GCU gets to it. That line out letting USD down so far. But a good push here off of the breakdown. GCU retains. Taking their time. They're going to have an exit kick. This one is going to stay in play, and it's short, but it's high. Here comes the pursuit. It is knocked backwards by GCU, and they retain. GCU has it now, coming forward with a head of steam, but met well at the gain line. USD holding up well on defense. That's number 16, Daniel Sanchez, one of the subs, driving over the pile. And he pushes forward a couple times there on the bump.
Big impact there, Ken. That's the, that is a sub who's come in for GCU, making an instant impact.
Here we keep going forward. Ollie Tomlinson, that looks like on the ball there. He's got help from
Carlson
Maka.
from the side. He should not be doing that.
Doesn't look like that was called, but here we go. GCU continuing to push forward. They're going on the ground here. They have not been afraid to switch it up, go onto their feet, as you've seen a couple of times. Let's see if they continue to do that. USD pushing here. USD met well at the gain line, a good hit, but he gets back on his feet again. That's hard to do. You're met that well there. That ball did get loose. Oh. Another drop there. That's Maka, who can't quite keep the handle. And folks, we do have chairs here in the booth, but they may as well be decorations here. I haven't sat in a minute. This is back and forth action. This is incredible play by both. There's been mistakes, but it's being forced from the high level of play on both sides.
Yeah, fantastic sequence there, Ken. Great defense by the Toreros, stiffening up here, making their tackles. First impact behind the gain line. A couple subs, by the way. Nick Allen is in. Big boy Kaz Aslay is in as well, looking to close these last 17 or so minutes out for the Toreros.
So here we go, right into that scrum. It is going to be stopped here before we get started. The Sir not seeing something he doesn't quite like. Not going to turn it over yet. Just again, teaching moment there. Make sure that we're doing this safely and correctly.
Yeah, I got to hold your bind. Can't pull the opposition down.
You're going to get a great look at that on TVX right here. You're going to see that ball enter in. Watch for those feet. Watch as everyone's trying to kick that one back. And another invalid scrum there. It's going to be turned over this time.
Yeah, it's not good, Ken. It looks like the Sir tried to warn him the first time, but to have on your own scrum to give a pre-feed penalty, that's not great because you don't really force the Antelope to do anything. You just give them the ball and the penalty.
And so it will be kicked out here. Doesn't look like it's going to get to touch, though, so USD is able to return it here. Brought forward. That's number 11 there. That's Harris Fagan again. I've called his name a couple of times getting forward. That's big Kaz Aslay breaking through a couple of tackles. That is a forward. He is not supposed to be able to go that far. Here we go on the exit there. Finding some ground. That ball does get over Brendan Boyle. It does hit him and go into touch. That is going to be a turnover. Great territory gain from USD.
And you know what, Ken, in the pregame, in the early minutes here, I was critical of the Toreros kicking last game. I was critical of that, said, hey, you know what, that was an area of improvement for them in the last game. They've been awesome this game, Ken. Ronan O'Rourke's been fantastic in conversions, penalties, kicking. There's been a lot of kicking in this game. And the Toreros so far in this match have had the better of that aspect of the game.
The line out again. We see it. It's been a problem, and it is again still a problem for USD as GCU is able to turn this ball over. That is Terzoli, the fullback, breaking through a wonderful offload as he's being brought down. Pushing forward there. That is going to be a lot of territory gained here for GCU. one of the subs, I believe, driving forward on that. That ball does go forward. It is claimed by USD. Another turnover. On that turn, though, with the knock. So USD catches a break after great territory gained by GCU. Again, it looks like it's the same two problems for both teams. The line out for USD not working, and then just the quick offloads just getting out there too fast, and the knock-ons for GCU.
Fantastic action here, Ken. What a match this has been. This is D1A Rugby. This is a great matchup here. These guys have seen each other before in the West Coast Sevens. They're used to each other here, but I don't know if anyone expected such a great match here as this replay is going on. Showing you something or other. I missed that one. My bad. It's going to be scrum down to Toreros.
Here we go. Toreros looking to fix that scrum issues they had. Another stoppage here, and we have another scrum that needs to be reset.
It looked like the Toreros are going to lose that scrum, Ken, so if that's something that the SIR blew up for instruction to the Toreros, they caught a lucky break, if that is the case. But USD now is getting a little shaky in the lineouts we've seen, but also the scrum the last few times. So this is actually a huge scrum in midfield for the Toreros.
And you have to think that GCU's noticing all of that. They're going to start pushing for these dead ball stoppages here, either going to the scrum if USD can't retain that scrum, but they do this time here. This one is brought all the way back. That's Ronan O'Rourke's big foot. He looks for some space, and he finds it. It's going to take a USD bounce, but it is well claimed here. Believe that's Brennan Boyle who's got it. Not a lot of support. Immediate attack there from USD, but the clear out not in time. USD with the good poach.
That's Dennis White there with a fantastic poach there. That was excellent stuff there by the Toreros, earning his team an opportunity for 3 points.
You're going to see that on the replay here, and it looks like Charlie Purdon, again, knowing the game situation, going for points. They're going to be kicking for it dead center of the field. This should be one that O'Rourke would expect to be able to convert relatively easily here. There is that replay. It started with O'Rourke on that kick. The pursuit immediately under pressure.
Pursuit's been great for the Toreros there. That's D'Angelo Robinson marking his man, making him move, and then making that tackle. And credit to Dennis White. He was penalized earlier this match and carded, but that's a fantastic jackal there to earn this opportunity for his teammates.
And here we go for the penalty conversion here to make it 23-12. That kick is up, and it is through. Another conversion.
It's fantastic by O'Rourke. He's been the MVP today for the Toreros. He's only a freshman. Honk the horns, ring the cowbell.
If you are in that parking lot over there on the other side, that is one of the benefits in there. Make that noise. A good crowd here at Manchester Field for a great day of rugby. You can watch Rugby Sevens. You can watch World Cup rugby. You're going to see this on par with that right now. These are some great efforts from these teams right now. Here comes the restart for GCU. They've gone long a couple of times here. Let's see if they try and force the issue, go short, maybe get a turnover. It is a little bit shorter, but it is still long. Well claimed. And USD drops it on the deck there, but it is backwards here. I think they recovered. No, it is GCU. Now it's on the deck again, but knocked forward by GCU. A break there for USD as that got a little bit nervy deep in their own territory.
And if you're the Antelope, unfortunately, you're going to be frustrated because that has been the story of the second half for you. You have these great opportunities. You have these chances to make a break, to convert something that they were able to do in the first half, but for one reason or another, in the second half, it seems like they're just not able to convert their opportunities the same way the Toreros failed to do so in their first half. So it's another big scrum for Blue.
Here you go. You can see that on the far side of the field. A good push from GCU, but a good scrum overall. Here we go. A good kick that's coming into space. Right, it turns into a bit of a cross kick here. Let's see how it bounces. Well claimed by Boyle. And well brought down by the sub, Nick Allen here, as he pushes in pursuit. GCU close, slower on that breakdown. Quick in, that's going to be Terzoli. He does put it on the deck, but it's backwards. He claims his own turnover there, gets back to it quickly. USD brings him down with a squad of people. USD taking their time a little bit getting back there. A squib kick through, And this was going to be attacked by Tomlinson. Well done there. But it looked like it was knocked again. Maybe a knee-on-knee hit as Tomlinson is down. But play will continue for now. And here we go, the big boys moving forward. That's Torres Kapustin there. Look to be an exit here from USD, but a stop. That foot put in the ground. No charge down for you today. Well done as that ball is kicked out into touch.
A lot to talk about here, Ken. That was an incredible sequence of play here. So the Antelope there with a great option there of looking at a little grubber kick into space. And it was claimed extremely well by the lock, number 4, Ollie Tomlinson. And unfortunately, just when you have that open sequence of play, it allows for these awkward opportunities for contact. And it looks like Ollie got the worst of that one. So maybe some knee-on-knee, some contact to the knee. He's been down since that hit. But the Toreros have done well there to recoup on the ball. O'Rourke here, after having kicked so many fantastic balls out into touch, they need to blitz down on him. And earlier, as I said, the Toreros, if they want to be successful in this game, they must use the Antelopes' aggression against them. And that's exactly what O'Rourke did there. His second kick, or the second kick attempt, wasn't exactly what he wanted, but still, that was a fantastic little move there, something that they've been set up to do from his own fantastic kicking and using the aggression of the Antelopes against them.
And as you had pointed out earlier, I don't know if GCU has any more subs on here. So this is an important moment here as Ollie Tomlinson does get his knee worked on here. The contact there, obviously no malice in there. When you're as aggressive and moving quickly on those offloads as GCU has been, there are going to be bodies flying everywhere. It's a lot of just improvisation as the ball is moving, and Tomlinson does get back to his feet. That is great to see, but he is getting carried off here. So an unfortunate end to his day as we approach the last quarter of this half.
Okay, Coach O'Leary is redirecting some of his men here, reconfiguring his players, his 15 guys on the field to accommodate for that loss in the lock.
So Daniel Callahan, number 17, does get on here. There, it looks like we do have a full squad on both sides. Another line out here. This will be for GCU, though. GCU on the line out. That is good. It is short. Looks like an advantage being played here as well. Let's see what GCU can do with it. Let's see if they use those grubber kicks that they've been using, the cross kicks or something like that, to put some pressure on this back line. Straightforward so far, directly into contact. That one is out there. That's going to be Terzoli, but it is brought back. Terzoli looked to be through here, but it is brought back by the Surf for that earlier advantage.
Yeah, it was a fantastic attempt there, Ken. It was like this over-the-shoulder, almost a Globetrotters type of offload there, but unfortunately for him, it went forward, and the Surf had a long-running offsides penalty advantage from the lineout. So the lineout is biting the Toreros here all game. And similarly here, it will be a Antelope penalty. They will have the option of what they want to do.
And at this point, it's a little off to the side. You know that the Toreros are struggling on those lineouts. Do you think maybe they go immediately for that kick to the lineout in deep territory? They do.
Yeah, and if you're the Antelopes here, there's time. There's time. There's unofficially about 10 minutes here left in the game. That's plenty of time to close the gap here. A lot of things can happen in rugby. There's a lot of fatigued bodies on the field. There's a lot of subs on the field. So there will be opportunities and opening for the Antelopes here if they're able to be efficient with the conversion of their opportunities.
Just inside the 22 on this line out for GCU. GCU goes up, claims it well. And here we go on the restart. That one is forward, well taken. That's I believe one of the subs there, driving forward, drives that pile there. Here we go, GCU on the attack. Terzoli with a good gather, and he takes the hit, but he does offload again. Just so aggressive there, and it's claimed and brought back for advantage.
Meanwhile, Ken, we have a yellow card to Kaz Asley. That is huge loss for the Toreros as their prop. So he might be out for the rest of this game. There might be a man advantage for the Antelope for the rest of this game. I'm unsure what the penalty was, but it's going to be a quick tap.
Quick tap, and here we go. Directly in. The last 5 meters here, trying to be pushed forward. Forwards driving in, but USD gets their line set. Out to the wing, you see him there on the side, and he is able to claim and touch. We have a try for GCU. That's Brennan Boyle, number 13. Immediately taking advantage of that yellow card. USD not quite able to get everything back set.
Yeah, well spotted by the Antelope there. There was plenty of space to work with. Of that quick tap, you catch the Toreros a little off-footed there, trying to figure out how to cover the field, down a man, missing the biggest body on the field. Now what do? Before you know it, Antelopes have broken your try line, and we have a 6-point game.
And this conversion is critical here. Converting here drops that down to, where's that math, Scotty?
4.
Drops it down to that 4, which makes it much different than that 6-point difference. It's either a conversion or a conversion and a try and a conversion. And a little bit of confusion there on the conversion. It is able to go through. The charge down attempt by the defense, and they stopped in no man's land there. You heard some questions on both sides. Were they able to continue there? And the Torero defense just kind of let it happen.
Looked like the sir instructed them to go off. I'm not sure exactly what happened. But anyway, we have the replay here for the Antelope. A nice bump there by the 15. Given out to Nick Allen, but it went back to the penalty advantage. And with that advantage, the Antelope converted, switching the field of play, finding the space there, making the extra pass comfortably, scoring the try. We got a little bit of a ball game here, Ken, don't we?
We absolutely do. It is a 4-point game in the last 10 minutes on the restart for USD. Well deep and claimed by GCU. A short kick over the top, trying to claim his own ball. It does bounce, unfortunately, just over his head. USD does get possession. They are down a man. Remember, that might go through to the end of the game here. So they are going to have to defend this 4-point lead with 14 men here. So the breakdowns here, and they go for a long kick. But it's going to be claimed here by the 22 of the Antelopes. That is Gavin Olison here. That gets out to the outside. That's Brennan Boyle. He's on the wing here. One man to beat, but he is brought down. This one's brought in here. Forward again. Drager goes forward into the pile. GCU attacking. That one is hit forward, knocked, and it is knocked on. A turnover there. That is number 12, Will Briggs, turning it over again. Great defensive stand from USD.
Yeah, Antelopes had a good matchup there. Made a good gain of meters there with the offload off to the wing. Found some good space. The Toreros will be subbing in a prop for this scrum because Asley is off with a yellow card. So you are allowed to do this. And it looks like it's going to be number 18, Will Appleton, for the Toreros, coming in. And welcome to the game. It's the biggest scrum of the game. You're a freshman. Do your best.
Here we go. A great angle from behind here on this scrum. You'll see where that push gets. GCU definitely going to be looking to push it forward. They do, but this ball gets out. It is charged down, but a friendly bounce there as that goes directly to a Torero. And now Torero's deep in their own territory. Let's see if they try to exit one more time. They do put their feet on the ground, and they're attacking here.
Very
Attempted
aggressive
poach there for GCU. This one is not charged down, though. That one's going to get down here. It is well claimed. There is Boyle here. He's got room to run. Let's see what he does. He gets it out to his side, the wings.
Oh.
That is going to be a knock forward.
It's going to be more than
and
that,
that's going to be another yellow card for USD. You cannot try and get through that. If you don't catch that ball, that is going to be an automatic yellow. You
well,
see
the
them
sirs are talking about it, Ken. Okay, so what they're looking at is, was there an intent to make an intercept? It's a really tough call, but you see him reaching into his sock there. That's really unfortunate for the Toreros.
The Toreros now down to 13. Here we go on the replay. You can see it. He's right there, and you can see him try and get the poach as it comes over. This is it. He's just too far away there, so that is going to be another man down for USD. That's going to be number 11, Harris Fagan.
Despite that, Ken, he had a fantastic match for the Toreros, the freshman.
A wonderful first attack here on the A side for Harris Fagan. And now the Toreros need to defend that 4-point lead with 13 men. They're down 2 here. And we've only got about 5 minutes or so left. Again, that score bug may not be perfectly accurate. That one is not straight, and the line out does bite GCU this time. And here we go. USD catches a break. Let's see how they try and defend. Again, that gamesmanship, knowing the game clock here, they're going to go into that scrum.
Yeah, you see Captain Sammy Carlson there telling his boys to slow it down, relax. Look where we are. Look at the score. Look at how many teammates we have in the field. What they want to do here is they want to slow this ball down. They want to win this scrum, and they want to kick it clear, probably into touch to get another line out going.
First,
they need to win the scrum.
That scrum is pushed forward.
Huge
GCU gets a great push. But it looks like it's not going to be a turnover. Maybe another bailout there by the Sir there. USD gets another shot at this.
Huge shove by the Antelope there. That was impressive.
They know how important this is. They need to get this ball. They need this ball back in aggressive territory. They've got the numbers advantage. So another attempt here for USD.
And there's something that the Sir is talking to the Antelope on here, which plays into the hands of the Toreros with that, holding on to that lead inside of their own 22.
You can hear it on the field past my frantic shouts as I try and keep up with everything. There is noise coming from both benches as everyone knows what this means in the last 5 minutes. Another good push from GCU. And this time they do win that scrum. GCU is going to have the ball inside USD's 22, looking to push here. 13 Toreros holding on to a 4-point lead as we finish off this incredible game at Manchester Field.
Yeah, huge shove again, Ken, by the forward pack, the heavies for the Antelope. USD is going to be very, very challenged here to hold their line and hold their lead. Looks like very little time left here, Ken.
Here we go, the quick touch and go. Good stand up by USD. The Toreros holding on to dear life here, hoping for a turnover, maybe just hoping to keep everything on. Another penalty here, and it looks like GCU is going to do another quick tap. They go out wide. That one is a try for GCU. The Wingers get over the line, and GCU has taken the lead here late at Manchester Field.
Yeah, that penalty, Ken, ended up being a big one for the Toreros. Unfortunately, they needed to retreat back once more. They made a couple of great stops, but when you only have 13 guys in the field, it's a tall order to defend your try line down too. And we see here the breakdown off the tap. We had the penalty called here for not releasing. A quick tap by the 10, out to the wing, a nice cut back in, and that's all that he needed to do. So the Toreros here, despite the outcome of this conversion kick, will have a very, very, very difficult challenge ahead of them to score some points down 2 men with really, I got to say, it's going to be less than 30 seconds. So they're going to need to get a turnover off the kick, get the ball, and somehow find a way to score some points.
So here is the conversion attempt. That ball is up. And it is through. A 3-point lead here for GCU late in this game. We will get a restart. And as my partner Scotty said, we do need to get, USD does need to get this ball back directly on the restart. Yep. So this will be short, this will be contested.
Yeah, lost with all this. Kaz Astley back in the field, so the Toreros are up to 14.
So here we go. This needs to go 10 meters. It is a little bit deeper, so this is going to be claimed by GCU, and they kick straight out. And that is going to be the game. GCU at the death with that try. Sneaks out of USD with a win. An incredible day of rugby here. The final score 26-23 as the GCU Antelopes take the game over USD Toreros. I hope you guys had nearly as much fun as I did watching that. An incredible effort by both sides. You can see what it means to the Antelopes as they all congratulate each other at midfield. A well-fought battle here. So much to talk about, so much to go on for the entire week here. The yellow cards coming back to bite USD. And, you know, one of the best parts about this game, there's such a hard-hitting, you leave all those emotions out on the field. Look at USD waiting to slap hands and say, great game. It's a war out there, and then afterwards you go and shake those guys' hands. But we will have some highlights for you and a little bit of a break here before we go to the B-Sides game. I hope you guys enjoyed that game as much as I did. We're going to do a couple of our ad reads, and then I'll let the highlights roll. And we'll have B-Sides for you in a little bit here as well. So you're not done with our rugby here today. But thank you so much again for watching us for that A-side. That final score is GCU 26, USD 23. USD Rugby is powered by teamwork both on the pitch and in our partnerships. The Toreros would like to thank NFP for investing in our student athletes and believing in the future of our club. Through their generous support of USD Rugby, NFP has ensured that the Toreros can continue to perform at the highest level. For trusted policy, guidance, and coverage options, head to nfp.com to see how they can support your business insurance needs. NFP and Aon Company. Now Sports fuels USD Rugby on and off the pitch. Now Sports products are among the best in the industry, backed by world-class research, rigorous development standards, and the use of high-quality ingredients. Whether you're a full-time pro or just getting back into the game, Now Sports has the clean, lab-tested supplements and nutritional products you need, all without artificial colors or flavors. Together with USD Rugby, Now Sports is helping to form champions who compete with integrity. Visit NowSportsHub.com to learn more about how Now Sports can fuel your performance. And before we take our last break here before B-Sides, we'd like to say thanks to our broadcast partner, TVX Video. TVX Video has been covering sports in San Diego and around the country for nearly 20 years. They are committed to bringing you the best in live, local, and emerging sports coverage. If you enjoy these TVX Sports video live streams, please consider showing your support with a super chat or by joining the TVX Sports Video membership program. Every donation goes towards supporting live, local, and emerging sports. Thank you again. We're going to roll some highlights for you as we go, but we're going to take a break before the B-Sides do start. We'll be back in just a few moments. And welcome back here to Manchester Field in San Diego. If you missed our A-Sides game, you missed a cracker of it. Don't switch off just yet. We've got B-Sides coming up here between Grand Canyon University and the University of San Diego here. The first one finished 26-23, an incredible fight from both sides. A wonderful day of rugby continues on here as we are about to get started with the B-Sides for GCU and USD here on TVX. See, the teams are taking the field for our start here of the B-side match. USD versus GCU. Little last second team talk here from GCU, and we will get you started with our second game of the day. So here we go. The captain's going to be meeting with the sir to start this matchup. And if you are new to the sport of rugby, this is an important aspect of the game, the communication between the teams and the center referee here. It is a game that he controls. It is a game of respect. It is a game of ensuring that everyone is playing safe and everyone is playing fairly here. So communication key. And it looks like it'll be USD. And if we get a decision on where that ball is going, it'll be USD receiving here as GCU will kick it away to start our B-Sides match. We'll get those rosters up for you as play gets started here. And as we talk through them, this is the B-Sides. Couple of names of subs from those A-Sides in GCU's lineup here, but then USD fielding their full B-Sides as we get those names going. Later on in this match, you'll see those pop up on the side of your screen. That'll be number 9 for GCU, Gavin Olesen, who is going to start us off on the kick. There is the whistle and the kick. It is high, it is short. Tough one to claim. That's going to bounce, hit the deck, and GCU is going to claim it here off the start. So here we go, GCU pushing forward into the start, directly into contact. And an early penalty here as GCU is able to go a little too fast for USD. It looks like one of the USD players wasn't able to roll away. I think that was number 3, Will Appleton. And the kick out to touch. And that Chevy has been hit a couple of times tonight. Oh, and the car alarm as well for the truck next to it. Again, the hazards of coming to Rugby Live. Make sure you park with everything pointed the direction you'd like it to be. So our first line out of this match here, GCU to get us going. GCU to claim very well here. Brought forward, that is number 12, Caleb Aguirre. He's brought down, but that one is dropped there and immediately met. That's Cam Hackworth, who isn't able to gather, and it's knocked forward there. A USD turnover here, and they opt for that scrum to get started here. So we'll see our first scrum of the match as well. one of the problems we saw on the A-sides match for the GCU team as well. Just a little bit careless with that ball as it got knocked forward a couple of times. And so we'll see if that's a point of contention here for the B-sides team, trying to make sure they secure that ball and keep everything a little bit less chaotic rather than that first match there. So our first scrum of the match will be entered in here by Xavier Frock. It's uncontested in this B-side match here. It is a good exit there. That is a high kick claimed by the number 10 on GCU, Brennan Boyle. But another infraction here from GCU, and they look for another scrum. In the B-sides, they do have the option to go uncontested here, so you're not going to see those same pushes, but you are going to see a little bit more of that here. Here's the restart from that exit. Brennan Boyle tries to get this ball out, but that ball is forward and knocked forward there. So a couple of infractions there immediately claimed by USD. So no movement there on the scrum, uncontested there. This is going to get out, and USD to start us going. And there we go. That's number 13, D'Angelo Robinson, it looked like, moving forward. Drives into contact, and USD pushes into Antelope territory. Good pursuit here by GCU. A stop push right there. That was Sulamin Min, who reverses the field quickly. The ruck there, counter ruck attempt. USD does withstand it, though. Brought forward. Good hard hit there. I think that was Ricky, or I believe that's Dean Rapetti who gets met, but is pushed forward there. USD not afraid of this contact early. And a good push at the line to gain there, so the gain line pushed back by GCU. Good clean hits there, and a jackal attempt. But unfortunately, going in from the side there, not able to get that fairly. So USD is going to retain possession. Looks like they'll kick to touch here for some territory. That one does get out. So well kicked here, as USD is now further into GCU territory. We'll see USD's first line out of the day. This will be entered in here by Ricky Hill. He'll be easy to spot with the patriotic headgear. And that line out, USD goes up for it. It is fair, it is good. A wheel around Ricky Hill with it. He's got a good head of steam. He is able to break the lines and goes forward. Good territory by USD here. This one comes out. And a push forward. That's Andrew Godardo into contact, but met well on a gang tackle by GCU. Latched on there. That's number 5, Lachlan Hardy. I believe he had Appleton with him in support. This one comes out wide. A good hit there on number 13, D'Angelo Robinson. The winger gets leveled, but he gets that ball out, and USD retains. USD pushing forward a little bit more quick to that contact. As the forwards are getting involved here, driving for just meter after meter here. We'll see if this swings out near side. It does. Goes over the top. That's Dean Rapetti, number 12, who's able to make one man miss, but goes down to ground here. George Chumo, well grabbed there. Brought down well by GCU, and a good attempt to clear out, but quick in the breakdown. USD able to move forward. USD moving quickly here. That's Will Appleton, number 3. He is pushing forward at the bottom of that pile. USD moving this in quick in the breakdown. Ricky Hill into contact. The breakdown very fast for the Toreros. This is good movement there. Number 7, Eric Mulia pushed down. He was brought up there. You can see, well done there. Lachlan Hardy, though, dragging the pile forward. USD still making progress here. Now they're on the wing there. That's George Chumo. Almost gets around the corner, but he's brought down. USD pushing forward. That's a fullback, I believe. That's Trevor Soares trying to gain a couple of those hard meters. Number 4, Luke Rowe, one of the blonde Bash brothers. And USD, phase after phase here. This is good discipline by both sides. No penalties, nothing as we're getting in there. And as soon as I say that, USD does finally get a penalty. A quick tap to restart. but carried up in the air right there. A good safe tackle on the try line. Great work by GCU on the quick tap. Couldn't quite see who on GCU that was, but a couple of good defensive tackles here from the Antelopes. That's number 7, Eric Mulia there. He pushes forward, and it looks like he is in. And I believe he is in for that try, and it does look like we have our first try of the game there, absolutely. And USD starts us off there with a good phase there. Again, I want to reiterate, there was good discipline on both sides. You don't see a lot of rugby going down into that many breakdowns, that many tackles without fouls or penalties or advantages or anything like that being played. And it was really just that last one that GCU gave. But here we go for a conversion here. Didn't quite see who was able to score that one. We'll get that for you in a second. It'll be George Chumo on the conversion attempt. And that kick is up. It is wide left, unfortunately, so it will only be 5-0 USD Toreros here in the first half. And you'll see it right here. It looks like number 7, Eric Mulia, gets over the line there. Quick out of the breakdown. They get that ball out loose, and he's able to bump forward into that contact. So USD strikes first here in the B-Sides game. It'll be 5-0. Number 10, Brennan Boyle on the restart here. This one hits the deck again, but well gathered by USD. Brought forward. Good safe tackling by GCU. They attempt for that poach. They won't get it on this one here. USD with the counter or with the ruck. They'll go for an exit. Chumo on the kick. He gets that one high. The pursuit not quite there for USD. It'll be quick to number 15, Jay Hampton, who starts it forward for GCU. And this one's brought forward again. Number 23, Garen White, has come into the game, and he is immediately in on the action. He replaced Abdul Muti there on that one, so we're moving forward now with our first sub. But GCU now on the attack, looking to strike right back after USD scored their first try. And it's going to be brought in here. A little bit slower in the breakdown than USD's attack was the first time around, but quick passes and offloads here. That's number 15 again. That's Jay Hampton out wide. He has number 14, Sailor Beaucamp, with him, but he does try and avoid touch there. Hampton there tries to bring it forward, but it is a knock, and it looks like it'll be a turnover here. And USD will turn that ball over. And they elect for a scrum here. And we'll see how they move forward out of that scrum. So we'll get that replay as it's coming up here. You see him bringing it around. A great ball here. A quick offload. And then the tackle forces that ball hits the deck there. And as you're approaching that sideline right there, you're trying to get that back there. And Jay Hampton just doing his best to try and improvise there, but a little bit too much here. Off the restart there, that ball is kicked out. So some breathing room here for USD. It'll be a line out for GCU. And as the lineout gets started, it is long there, uncontested by USD there. GCU will be able to get moving. They are moving with that head of steam. That is Garen White, number 23, gets all the way into USD territory. And now a quick restart as the Antelopes look to attack. Looking to push over those last 5 meters. Here we go. You'll see some hard hits. The forwards will get involved. USD, an advantage here being played for GCU. They're going to push forward. That's number 3. Cam Hackworth, he's brought down. They're trying to push over that try line. USD dragging those bodies back. An attempt to drive over, and it does look like they have the try in. The big forward pack getting involved there, earning that last try. And GCU matches gets their first try of the day. And that was all made possible by number 23, Garen White. He got that ball with a full head of steam, and he was able to move through a couple of would-be tacklers, gains so much territory, puts the defense on the back foot right away, and then USD just not able to gather their lines and put a stop to that attack before it gets started. And you see it right here. That's number 3, Cam Hackworth, driving forward. He gets up after he's not wrapped. And then here come the big boy meters right there. You see the forward pack getting ready, and that's your big boy. Couldn't quite get that number on there. We'll get that for you in a second, though. On the conversion, it is good, and so GCU does take a 7-5 lead. That was number 16, Justin Hubbard, who made that claim there. Hubbard driving over that pile. You know, when you're right on that goal line there, you can expect to see the big boys get some time in there, get time with the ball in the hand. And you know, it's scary. You're right there. You see a big man coming right at you. I wouldn't want to tackle him. That's why I'm in the booth. A little bit of confusion there again. We see that false 50, even tricking our center referee. It is the 45-yard line behind that center logo there, right in line with the TVX camera that you can see at home. So here we go on the restart. It is claimed here by GCU. GCU with the kick out, but it does hook a little bit more than he probably wanted. That ball is going to come out to touch, and USD will have a line out in Antelope territory. So here we go. You'll see that line out on the near side here as Ricky Hill looks to get us started. This is one of those set plays in rugby. GCU well contest, steals that on the line out. Well done, long arms there. And they have possession in their own half. They're out wide. It breaks one tackle here. And GCU moving quickly here through the USD defense. Ricky Hill on the poach attempt. Doesn't get there in time, though, and GCU retains. Driven forward, that's Cole Bracken, who is pushed forward with a little help from his friends. Here we go. Number 7, that's Austin York, the captain for USD, but that ball hits the deck. A fancy offload from USD as they take over. Xavier Frock there, the scrum half, gets involved. Gets a heavy hit there, able to retain the ball. He drops it off to Suleiman Min, but a knock forward both sides. And so it'll be USD scrum, I believe. And USD will retain there. So you see the motions by the sir there, knocking both directions, but it was GCU knocking first. So USD will retain here and restart play on the scrum. Right around midfield here. So a lot of options here for what USD can do out of the scrum. And they do bring that forward. That's let out here. George Chumo lays off over there. That's Robinson out on the wide wing there. Looks like USD gets around a corner there, but into touch, doesn't quite keep it in bounds there. And so it'll be a GCU line out over there. You can see the line judge marking that over on the far side of the field. And here we go. This ball, Chumo, as he's about to get contacted there, and that's D'Angelo Robinson who gets us started, and then quick feet right there. That's Trevor Soares, and they just get around that corner and put pressure on GCU. On the restart, GCU does win that line out. A good kick here. That's going to be taken there. Almost bobbled there by Trevor Soares, but he's able to retain it there. J.D. Morey there, now moving forward, able to drive. Slower in the breakdown, USD now looking to drive forward as they did on their first try attempt. An advantage here for USD. A high tackle there, and this will be brought back immediately. And USD is going to kick for some territory here. Chumo on the kick right in front of the booth. Chumo gets that out there, and we are right at that 22-meter line here for the line out. The USD A sides had a real tough time on the line out for their effect here, so let's see what the B sides can do. So far, GCU has shown a propensity for stealing these lineouts here. And as we get that new ball in here, Ricky Hill going to get us on the restart. So watch here for these set plays. It's a lot like anything like that. There we go. USD handles well. The maul goes right through. And I believe that was number 6, Suleiman Min, who's able to get there. Immediate pressure, and they drive over. But not quite a try here. It looks like there's something going on down in the corner. It's going to be a tough angle for our cameras to get. And you see conversation happening there. Looks like the center judge talking with the line judge, confers with him, and then confirms that there was a good try. So USD will score their second try of the game. Right off the line out, the maul goes right through. Normally the maul is met, but that was taken right away, and just, you've got open grass, you take it and run. It'll be Chumo on the conversion attempt here from a very tough angle. If you're new to rugby, the way that extra point works after a try, you go straight back from where that try was touched down in the try zone, the end zone for you football fans out there. And instead of just kicking the field goal for the extra point right in the middle of the field, you've got to go all the way off to the side here. So a tough task here for the left-footed George Chumo. Well, I'm sorry, he's right-footed. He tricked me. He moved to his left first. That kick is up, but it is not going to have the distance, and so it will be 10-7 USD. Right here you see off of the line out the maul, and no one from GCU meets the maul, and all of a sudden you've got 3 or 4 blue shirts just free. Suleiman Min gaining all the way over there, and here comes the quick push. And I believe it was Suleiman Min who just kept rolling forward. He wasn't wrapped, so he put the ball down, and that was his try. So not necessarily your textbook try off of a maul, but a try off of a maul all the same. Here comes the restart. It is not going to go 10 meters, though, and so GCU claims it, and USD will have a scrum at midfield. One of the rules on those restarts, you can kind of see it with the football lines on this field here. That first kick has to go 10 meters. If it doesn't, like an onside kick in the NFL, the offensive team can't claim it. So USD wisely letting that ball just be where it needs to be there. And then GCU claims it, so we get a restart. Now USD will have possession in a good part of the field. And they have numbers over here on that near side. But they fake to that near side, go to the weak side, and that's Trevor Soares, number 15. Fancies himself a runner here. And he drives forward now here. That's, I believe, a couple of our forward pack there moving in. They latch on. We saw a bunch of those latches. George Chumo brings it out over to Dean Rapetti. Rapetti drives through a couple of tacklers there and pushes his pile forward. USD has been great out of the breakdown so far. Very, very fast, not letting GCU get settled or set. So as soon as that ball hits the turf, they get over it, they ruck, and then that ball's out again, just like that. Here's Ricky Hill. He's fighting through a couple of tacklers, one at his feet, one at his shoulders. This one's brought here by Chumo. D'Angelo Robinson met immediately. That's number 14, Sawyer Beaucamp, who makes a good defensive tackle there. USD through a lot of phases there, but a good gang tackle here by GCU. Luke Rowe rejected by the GCU defense. And here we go. This one's brought out. Maybe a fake to that exit. We're still driving forward with USD's forward pack. Now the exit comes. Chumo with the kick. He does get it. The bounce is there, claimed well. That's number 9, Gavin Olison. He's still running with it. He puts his foot down, goes through his tackler. He's got support there just in time. Advantage now for GCU. And a good quick attack there from the USD defense as that ball is met right on the same time as he's catching it. The USD line with a quick attack. A good heavy hit there. That was number 11, J.D. Morey. Goes in. Those are hard hits. Good, low, safe. It looks like it hurts, and it does hurt, but it's as safe as it's going to be out there. GCU does break the lines, though, moving forward. A long swing over from Brennan Boyle, but that one doesn't find anyone in particular. And here we go. That's Jay Hampton moving in through the backfield. The fullback loving to move forward so far with the ball in his hand. Quick offload there. Number 14, Sawyer Beaucamp with good hands. But D'Angelo Robinson and Luke Rowe pushing and fighting there on the tack. A charge down there. Well done by Sulamin Min. That ball was attempted to kick over the top. You see a little bit of some interesting first aid moments here right at the bottom of your screen. And that player is going to need some attention here. He's going to be out of the game, but this is still moving on as the ball is on the other side of the field. So here we go. GCU playing temporarily with a man down, but they're going to move this ball forward. Still in their possession. Right around midfield, that ball is knocked. I don't quite have... It looks like a talk here for the captains. Not quite sure which way it's going just yet. And if you are of the faint of heart, sorry for the earlier views there. You maybe saw a little bit too much of one of the GCU players. It is a hard-working game. They are working as hard as they possibly can. And it is a stressful time to be out there. You're getting hit, but you see what they leave out there on the field. Sometimes a physical part of them, too. That was Danny Callahan. He was subbed out for Zephon Dines, who I hear goes by Z. I'll try to remember that. So GCU looks to have that penalty there. They'll start with the kick. Good, strong kick there. I believe that was from Brennan Boyle. Finds the sideline there. Going after that white Chevy again. Whoever that white Chevy's is, I'm sorry. You've gotten a lot of screen time here so far today. So GCU on the line out here in a good attacking position. Let's see what they can do. Uncontested, USD stays on their feet, doesn't go up for it. So GCU has it now. That's number 12, Caleb Aguirre. Brought out. That ball is loose, though. It looks like USD's trying to poach onto it. They don't quite get to it fast, though. Out on the far wing, that's number 7, Austin York. He's able to get around and break through. And another try here as GCU gets around the edge. So GCU quick on the offloads, gets a lot of progress there forward. And you saw those offloads happening quick there. So here we go. It gets a little bit squirrely here as everyone goes down. USD thinks they have it right there, but then they lose it. And then USD not able to get around here. York gets it down, and then he's got support right there next to him, waiting for that ball to come right out. So right now it is 12-10 GCU pending the conversion here. Brennan Boyle to take that conversion here. And just a little bit of conversation happening between the Sir and Boyle. And the lefty lines up his kick here. And that kick is up. And it is wide, so no good on the conversion there. It remains 12-10. GCU retakes the lead, and USD will get us restarted here in a moment. Chumo to get us restarted here. He does kick. It is short, but not quite high enough for a contest here from USD. Good switch of the field. That is brought over to number 12, Caleb Aguirre. He is brought down, but he not wrapped, so he gets right back up and drives forward a little bit more. Good heads-up play by the Antelope, but a poach there. USD has the ball. But right off of the breakdown, Ricky Hill tries to get it a little too quickly and knocks it on forward there. You see more conversation happening there between Aguirre and the Sir right there in the middle. A couple of subs being brought on for USD. Number 21, Nick Allen, coming on here, and number 17, Aiden Becker as well. So it'll be a GCU scrum. Again, uncontested in today's B-Sides match. And that ball is out to the foot now. That one does get back, and it is going to get by the fullback there, Trevor Soares, but he has been fleet of foot today. Let's see what he does. He's going to drop to his foot. He goes up. That one is high, but it is claimed here by GCU. An attempted kick over the top, but charged down by USD. Well done to prevent that one from going over, and that goes into touch. So GCU will have the line out. But the attempt on this kick over the top, you can see it right here on this replay. And it looks like almost grabbed there. That was Jacob Zilaji there who charges that down, but the bounce does not fall kindly enough for USD. On the attempted line out start there. Something deemed improper, but not quite a foul to turn it all the way over, so GCU will get another shot at it. And here comes that restart on the far side of the field. Deemed straight, and here we go again. GCU, another kick over the top. The number 10 on the attack there, but it's claimed well by number 23, Diego Puglisi. He is able to push there, but it's turned over. GCU, Keaton Drager able to push forward with it now. A clear out attempt from USD, not quite there. And here we go. That's big Justin Hubbard able to drive forward. Number 16 gains some good meters for GCU, and the Antelopes are on the attack. Cam Hackworth over on the far side. Offloads again. Well done from GCU to gain more meters. The USD line bending a little bit here. The forwards pushing for that last couple of meters there. We're in the shadow of the goalpost as GCU is going to try and dive forward and roll over the line. That ball did get out on the ground. And an advantage being played, a knock there. GCU, I think, lucked out a little bit as that ball squirted onto the ground. But I think USD knocked it forward. So GCU will retain. And you can see it. This is the hardest part of rugby right here. You're going to pick it up. You know you're about to get the attempted poach right there. Doesn't quite get out there. And not a clean offload as it just starts bouncing around in there. And GCU gets the benefit of that call there. They retain possession. And this will be, looks like a scrum right there. With the uncontested scrums in the B-side games, this does make sense to go for. You know you're going to get possession. You can see zoomed out here the numbers for GCU on the backside of that scrum. You're on the near side, but the number 10 moves forward. They go to that weak side, and USD not ready for it. I believe that was number 9, Gavin Olesen, who is able to take that in around the corner and score another try for the Antelopes. So right off of the scrum there, when it's uncontested, the defenses are kind of setting up behind the lines there, and they see the numbers, they see everything else that we can see on screen here. Yeah, that's number 9, Gavin Olesen, and he just takes it himself. He had to support USD defenders having to respect that pass, and so he has a pathway in, just one man to really drag into the try zone with him. Another try for GCU. It is 17-10 here. Brennan Boyle goes on the conversion, and he does miss it wide right, so it will stay 17-10. Good back and forth here so far. Not a lot of disciplines issues so far here as well. The penalties have been few and far between, and we've seen that both teams are willing to go through many phases to kind of push forward here. So they're grabbing at that ball, they're going down to the ground, they're picking it back up and carrying it into more contact. USD number 10, George Chumo, going to restart us here as well. Chumo's kick. It is short, but it is low. It is claimed here by GCU. Another kick over the top. That's into no man's land. Chumo claims it well, though. But it's brought back there. Dangerous play, it looks like, happening off of that, and you know it's going to happen there. And the Sir is going to his pocket here, and it's going to be a yellow card. USD going to be down a man here. And it's always tough. You're going after that charge down here. You can see it. Yeah, that's number 16, Cole Dennis. He throws a little bit of an arm out there, a shoulder a little bit late as his kicker is going by him. And you can't do that. That's going to be a yellow card. He'll be sitting for 10 minutes here, and so USD will be down to 14 men. On the scrum restart, here comes GCU. Brought forward very quickly out of it. That's the number 8. GCU driving forward here, not afraid of this contact, now trying to press their man advantage. They know that USD is down a man, so they're going to try and swing that out wide. Good offload as he's being brought down. But USD able to match it, able to get there. So now we'll bring it back the other way. USD tackling, trying to hold up. The Antelopes really quick out of the breakdown here, similar to what their A-sides were doing. Not really. That ball does squirt loose, and USD pounces on it. USD has turned that ball over, so now they'll look to try and escape their territory here. Here comes the exit. Chumo to kick. It is high, but it is going to be claimed here. That's Brennan Boyle who has it. Jay Hampton over in the middle. He puts his foot down very fast here. He gets around one tackler. He breaks another here. One man to beat. He does get brought down by George Chumo there. Jay Hampton breaking 3 tackles there. Very deceptive runner. He gets through a lot of traffic there. GCU on the ruck there, protecting the ball as they go forward. But USD meets at the gain line. Well defended on that one. This one's slow out of the breakdown here. That's number 7. That's Austin York. Met again by USD defenders. This one goes out wide, but it hits the deck. And a little bit of an early tackle there. So this one's going to come back. GCU will keep possession. And the sir talking to his line judge over there. So it will be a penalty to GCU. They will keep possession here. USD backing up those 10 meters. And let's see what GCU elects to do here. And they kick out to touch. So we'll have a line out deep in USD territory. A good attacking platform here for the Antelopes. Over in that far corner, you're going to see that ball pop up here on that line out. And let's see if GCU looks to try and maul this in with their numbers advantage. They do get a fair throw, and there is that maul pushing forward. USD seems to meet it, though. It is rotating in there. The sir right in there. Last couple of meters here, and a try here for GCU. And that looks like that was the Captain York able to get that final drive over for the try. 22-10, GCU now leads. So a lot of offense so far here, both ways. USD early a little bit, but now GCU kind of imposing their will. They do have that man advantage right now, and they are trying to take as much of that time as they can, scoring points on their end over here. That's the 4th try of the game. Here we go off of the line out, the maul that pushes forward. They gain a couple, but then USD stiffens up and is able to bring that ball down. But at this point now, it's just working into inches. And I'm sorry, that wasn't Gavin York. That was Cam Hackworth, it looks like, who is able to get that one over. Brennan Boyle here for the conversion. That ball is up. And it is no good. So it stays 22-10. USD still down a player. As we go into the last couple of moments here in the first half, a reminder that Scorebug may show you a running clock here, but it is the sir who has the final say on what the actual time is. So we might have a minute or two here for some stoppages or anything like that. It's the watch on that guy in the red jersey that matters the most here. Good progress made here for GCU off the restart. That ball is hit on the deck, and USD can't claim. Here they go, even a man down, trying to drag that pile forward. USD has it. That one does knock up in the air. Ricky Hill able to retain it. So USD looking for points here late. Here we go, one more wide, but it's a little bit too far behind. Gathered well. USD pushing forward. That's Andrew Godardo, the front rower, pushing in here. And a turnover. GCU able to put pressure on that man down on the field there. You see it not releasing. And GCU survives that last push of this first half here. And we're going to get one more kick. Right over the booth here, right into your living room. And we're going to have a line out here. It looks like we still got some time. Right underneath our friends at TVX. The camera showing you a great angle of this line out. It's going to be Cam Hackworth who's going to start it. Hackworth waits for his guys up. That one is deemed straight here. A good hit there. Number 13, Camille Becker, was brought down hard. That's number 12, Aguirre, with that driving forward, a gang tackle, but also has got some latches with him as well. GCU pushing everything here. That was Justin Hubbard with the spin move there. Who says the front row can't move? But GCU being pushed back. That's Jay Hampton breaking more tacklers. He's going horizontal here, but he's got USD on the break here. Becker gets that ball loose. That was Pulisi who gets that one forward and gets some breathing room. But now Aguirre pushing forward here, more pressure. USD trying to withstand this GCU attack while a man down. GCU smelling some blood in the water here, driving forward, a lot more aggressive in the last few minutes. Brought out again. That's number 5, Keaton Drager. Pounced on, but did leave his feet. You have to get on there with your feet on the ground still. He did dive a little bit too eagerly and aggressively here. GCU deciding what they want to do here. Maybe a little bit of a decision here based on the time. And it looks like they are going to be kicking for touch. And they do successfully kick it out for touch, so it'll be a line out deep into USD territory. We saw that maul before, and it did work for GCU the first time. You imagine they might be going for it again. However, it's always dangerous. That wheel around could also happen on the short player right here, that number 18 that you can see. That's Dines there. It's up, but here comes the maul. And it is met. GCU pushing, but it's spinning a little bit there. So that ball's going to come out. And it's driven forward there. USD now looking to defend right on their own goal line. The front row going to be pushing here. The big bodies, another. Looks like that one is going to be a penalty here. GCU to retain. So it's going to be brought back. And we'll see. Oh, it looks like we are. Oh, we are getting a try awarded there, so that one is going to be awarded. It looks like maybe it was a penalty try right on the line or a good try. I'm not quite sure from this angle there. But right before half, one more score here for GCU as it is now 27-10. And Brennan Boyle will look to convert as we go to half. And you can see in here a lot of bodies here. And the fall forward, when you have it this close, there is that try signal. So GCU will take a sizable lead here into half, whether it be 29-10 or 27-10, to be determined right here with this kick. Boyle's kick is up. And this one is good. He does convert. So it'll be 29-10 Antelopes as we go into half. A good start from USD, but then all Antelope after that. They are able to push forward. They had that yellow card advantage for a good amount of time there in the second half. And we are going to hit you with a very, very brief halftime here as we get started in just a few moments. But as we get to those few moments there, I'd like to thank a couple of our partners and do the ad read. So if you want to mute me, that's fine. If you want to listen to the best part of the show, this is also fine. This is the time for it. USD Rugby is powered by teamwork both on the pitch and in our partnerships. The Toreros would like to thank NFP for investing in our student athletes and believing in the future of our club. Through their generous support of USD Rugby, NFP has ensured that the Toreros can continue to perform at the highest level. For trusted policy guidance and coverage options, head to nfp.com to see how they can support your business insurance needs. NFP, an Aon company. Now Sports fuels USD Rugby on and off the pitch. Now Sports products are among the best in the industry, backed by world-class research, rigorous development standards, and the use of high-quality ingredients. Whether you're a full-time pro or just getting back into the game, Now Sports has the clean, lab-tested supplements and nutritional products you need, all without artificial colors or flavors. Together with the USD Rugby, Now Sports is helping to form champions who compete with integrity. Visit nowsportshub.com to learn more about how Now Sports can fuel your performance. And then we'd also like to say thanks to our broadcast partner, TVX Video. TVX Video has been covering sports in San Diego and around the country for nearly 20 years. They are committed to bringing you the best in live, local, and emerging sports coverage. If you enjoy these TVX Sports video live streams, please consider showing your support with a super chat or by joining the TVX Sports video membership program. Every donation goes towards supporting live, local, and emerging sports. So as we're at half here, a couple of things to note for this game so far. USD came out hot, able to get a couple of tries in early, but then GCU really able to kind of push their own brand of rugby onto this game here. They were able to score, I believe, the last 25 points directly unanswered here. So USD looking for a little bit more of a push from their defense. They're allowing a little bit too much of the territory to be pushed over in those breakdowns there. When they're on offense, they're getting good. They're getting that good territory forward. They're taking contact forward, but it looks like they're just not able to get that killer instinct. Obviously, having that yellow card, being a man down, it hamstrings you for a little bit on there, but USD's B-side there definitely looking to have a little bit more of their time on the ball as they're used to. GCU, for their part, really good security of the ball. They've done everything I think they needed to do with this game so far. Instead of the drops and the knock-ons that we saw a little bit more in the A-sides, they're still getting those quick offloads out there, but they're getting through them, and it's putting USD on their back foot, and so they're going to want to continue to do that. But as USD makes their push in the second half, obviously they're going to want to be ready to have any sort of change and see how that's going forward there. And you see the Sir moving towards the middle of the field here. USD will be kicking away to GCU to get us started. That's number 10, George Tumo, right there in the middle. And we are about to get started here for the second half. His kick, medium length in there, well claimed by GCU. A good kick forward into some empty space there. The backs for USD will be chasing it. That one takes a good GCU bounce. And the pursuit is well done by the Antelopes. Number 23, Diego Pulisi, tries to get to it, but that knock did go forward there. And GCU will take possession here early in the second half. So a good kick out from GCU puts USD under pressure right away, and it pays dividends. A good kick for touch out there. The line out is in deep USD territory here. And we've seen a couple of mauls back and forth here for GCU. They've worked in the last two attempts. So let's see if they go to it again. The line out does go, but it is long. That one hits the deck, and USD gets to it. But it looks like there is a call from the Sir here. Long and not straight, so it will be USD ball either way. They'll have a scrum in their own territory. Look to get a clean exit out here and maybe get some breathing room from their own goal line. Here comes the start of this scrum. Again, the Sir just making sure everyone's all on the same page. That ball is brought out. A good high kick, but it is going to be claimed here. The GCU 22 takes it to Jay Hampton, who's been dynamic back there. A good hard hit. That ball knocking around in there. I'm not sure if the Sir saw it, but GCU still has possession. Quick out of the breakdown. Here we go. That's Justin Hubbard. He is brought down. He tries to make one man miss, but not able to. GCU keeps it, now brings it over. That's number 5, Keaton Drager. We'll bring it back over to the near side, the 22. He goes for a cross kick here. He's got his number 11, Mason Hart. Oh, but he's not able to retain it. The cross kick was on there. Mason Hart not able to claim cleanly. That was there and it was on. Justin Hubbard with a quick restart. And he keeps his feet, has the ball there, not being brought down. Hubbard going long here, deep into Torero territory. But that's taken by Soares, and he's broken the line. No one in front of him. Can he be caught? He's got Hampton in pursuit, but no one's going to catch Soares. Immediately back on, immediately impacting, and a beautiful dive for the try. What a poach there. Your NFL version of a pick 6 in rugby there. Looked like that ball just gets a little high. The good hands from Trevor Soares as he gets up, keeps his hands on it, and goes all the way the other way for a try right in between the middle. Make an easy conversion for Chumo. And Chumo does convert the symbol conversion there. So it is now 29-17. A good start to this second half for USD. Here we go. The cross kick right there, but a great hit as Hart claimed that well, but it was the number 11, J.D. Morey, who put him under pressure immediately. And here comes that. You can see Soares poaching it right there. He sees it the whole way. Gets it a little bit high, keeps his eye on it as he tries to retain it, and no one was going to catch him all the way down there. You love that. You dream of that as a rugby player, that huge Superman dive into the goal zone there. GCU on the restart here. The kick is up. It is high and short. It'll be under pressure here. Hunter Leisholm does claim it, able to grab. And here we go, USD bringing the ball forward, ball in hand. Not interested yet in kicking. Chumo all the way out to the side. I think that's Soares. Here we go, that's a push forward. That one's stripped out of the hand. That was Dean Rapetti who had it. It was stripped, but I think GCU did get it. Now they have the advantage for that knock. GCU right around midfield here. And they go forward with a grubber kick if they can get to it before it gets out of bounds. But they don't, but with the advantage, it will be brought back, and GCU will keep possession here right around that USD logo. Rapetti had that ball, and he was breaking tackles, but when you're trying to drag someone off of your lower half, maybe you think a little bit about the ball security less, and that ball gets ripped out of his hands and hits the deck, and that's the turnover there. And looks like we're just waiting for that ball to get back in here. But a good fight here from both sides in this second half so far. And GCU still to decide what they're going for, if they're going to go for a scrum or if they're going to kick for touch. apologies. I do not have GCU's number 22, his name, but a good kick out there. Plenty of distance. And so it'll be GCU line out here just outside the Torero 22. GCU's lineouts have been good so far today. They'll look to do it again here. A little bit too far out for them all, perhaps. And they go up. That one is not deemed straight, though. And so USD will take it, and they'll have their own scrum in their own half. On the start for this scrum here. USD in their own territory, so they may look for that exit. There's the entry in there. That ball comes out right to Chumo, who goes deep. He gets a good long kick there, but well claimed. GCU now puts to their foot. That is brought back there. That's J.D. Murray, who claims he's got some space over here on the near side, but not a lot of support. He is taken there, almost dragged out into touch by number 11, his counterpart, number 11, Mason Hart. And you see right here, Mason Hart with a great tackle brings him out. And that maybe that heel right there touches that yellow line, and it does come out there. So it is a turnover from J.D. Maury there. Almost breaks through there, but a great tackle from Mason Hart right in front of us. They go short on the line out. That's number 3 here, Cam Hackworth, who gets us started. Number 18, Dines there. A little too quick, though, as they go back and forth, and they lose possession there. USD able to poach that over. Now number 8, that's Hunter Leisholm over there. He is able to push there. And a penalty there to USD. They'll take a scrum. Looks like it was an advantage from earlier, that pass going forward there. So even though it hit the deck there, it was also a pass forward. And you see the rolling subs here that you only get in those B-sides games. That was number 20, Kieran McKeon, who comes in here. USD scrum starts. That ball is out. That's Dean Rapetti over to Chumo. Chumo continues on far, over to the far side. And they're around the corner. USD's wingers are moving. And just like that, they get through. Jay Hampton not able to bring him down. And USD, from seemingly nothing, just gets around the GCU defense. Just a couple of straightforward passes. They get the edge, and they're able to score. Apologies for my surprise on that, because it didn't look like anything was on there, but USD just able to continue passing it, and if you see a lane and if no one's going to bring you down, you keep going. So Chumo, another straightforward conversion here, knocks it through. And this game is now a lot closer here. That was number 22, Sam Sweden, who comes in and finishes it off. So here, right off of the scrum, Chumo gets this one, and he just carries it horizontal over there one more. And that's Sweden all the way on the outside, and he just keeps going. I don't know if there was a communication breakdown or something on the far side, but GCU not able to bring him down on the wing. And USD happy to take that. And we've now got a one-possession game here. That is well claimed there. A tough one on the restart. Believe that was Luke Rowe who went up for it. And USD now looking to get right back into this. Good gang tackle there from GCU. And USD keeping ball in hand. Let's see, they're looking to maybe get around that corner again. There we go, that's Rapetti again, pushing forward, dragging the pile, able to gain a lot of yardage on his own. Luke Rowe in support there. I believe that was Cole Dennis into contact. There we go again, number 5, Hardy moving forward. That's a push forward by Leisholm. USD showing a little bit of grit here, pushing forward in all of their attacks here. That's Guadardo there, the number 1. Goes right into contact. And USD is gaining on that there. But that's going to be poached by GCU, the number 22. He's on his own. He's looking for that support. Not able to outrun anyone there. But unfortunately not able to get any support. That one's thrown away there. And they're sweating on the outside again. He's grabbed by the jersey and brought down on the far side. He was almost away one more time there. The cross kick goes a little bit sideways. It's actually backwards. And that one's claimed there. That's Luke Rowe who gets up there again. Some frantic rugby here. The poach by GCU's 22, but no one there. And D'Angelo Robinson throws it away. Can't quite connect with J.D. Morey there, or Jacob Zalaji, I'm sorry, on that one there. A lot to talk about on those phases there as we have a scrum coming for GCU. We'll get those replays to you when we've got that time. Here's one of them, Sam Sweden, almost getting free here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's, yeah, that is Sweden there who is able to get there. And then a little bit off the side of the foot, not able to get that where he wants to. And 2 really good claims by Luke Rowe in this segment of the game right here. One off the restart and one right there. It's dangerous right there. And then here you see Robinson just can't quite get under the ball. Throws that one too far forward and low. GCU on the restart for it. A kick over the top, but it's claimed by USD. And it looks like GCU does have that ball back, actually. USD trying with the clear out there, not able to get to that ball. GCU retains there. Good gang tackle here by USD. Bringing your friends there. Ball did get out for a second, but GCU keeps it. An advantage here. And GCU moving forward. That ball did bounce forward, but they'll have that advantage and they'll bring it back. And GCU going to kick out for touch. That big boot has been useful, but it lets him down a little bit. I think this one goes back through the try zone. So this will be brought all the way back to the point of the kick. And USD will take a scrum off of that. So GCU's 22, again, I don't have his name, unfortunately. He has had that boot go very, very far a couple of times. He goes for the dangerous one in the corner, trying to get as much territory as he can. This one lets him down a little bit there, isn't able to keep it on line, and it goes through the try zone. So USD will take over, and they take that scrum out in the middle. On that restart here, a good attempt on that for the poach, but USD keeps it. Good rucking here on both sides. An attempted clear out there for GCU. Right here at midfield as USD is pushing that pile forward. They've seen this a little bit. Maybe they're going out wide here again, putting pressure on those wingers. That's D'Angelo Robinson over there on the far side. And he's dragging a pile forward there. Not often you see a winger able to do that. Has some friends with him, and USD keeps it going. Now they're in GCU territory. That's number 21, Nick Allen with the ball. He's brought down. Good rucks again, both sides. GCU looking to try and poach that ball. They're attacking the breakdown, but USD doing a great job. What a clear out there. Not rolling away for GCU, and now a quick tap restart. Here we go. The number 8 there. That's Hunter Leisholm moving forward. grabbed by the jersey and held up there. He's still on his feet, dragging the pile forward. USD here now deep in territory. We'll see which way they go out of the breakdown. They go to the far side. Here we go, that ball comes back to the middle. Another pile being driven forward right underneath the goalpost. Let's see if USD can push that forward. That's number 5, he is through. That's Lachlan Hardy. And another try here as USD has pushed back in the second half. For the conversion here to tie the game, I believe. So it's 29-27 here right now. But a great push forward from USD. Able to gain a lot of territory. You know, if you're not brought down, if you're not wrapped up, you keep going. You saw it earlier, D'Angelo Robinson just refusing to go down when he had support. They just started pushing forward maybe a makeshift maul there on the far side. But here comes Chumo with the critical conversion attempt here. That is up and it is through. So here we go. So it's been 3 tries in the second half for USD. And we're right at that hour mark here. On the restart, that one is going to get that 10 meters, but it does bounce backwards out into touch. Unfortunate there. It was a quick restart. I don't think USD was quite ready for it. So USD will have a line out. So USD now actually with the lead. We have the correction, from the serve there. So 31-24. USD has taken the lead at this point in the second half. They've had a great second half pushing forward. And you see that drilling and that good line out here. USD is able to take it, the wheel around. That's Andrew Godardo there. The number 1, quick on his feet. That one bouncing around a couple of times there. USD able to retain it. That ball deemed to have bounced backwards. Spun around a couple of times was Hardy. He's going to be dizzy for a little bit there. But here they go. That's Chumo. Breaks through the line, and he's able to get into GCU territory. Here comes USD. They are pushing quickly. Here on the near side, that's number 17. That was Aiden Becker. But a little bit sloppy in the breakdown there, and that falls apart. But to USD's advantage, Chumo now to kick for some territory. And a great kick now. We're moving forward again. USD into attacking territory here. They're going to have a line out just outside of the Antelope 22. You can see how quickly Rugby gets going. As soon as that ball hits the dirt, as soon as there's open space there. On the line out again. That one's far, and GCU is able to claim it. That's Justin Hubbard there, dragging his defender with him. And GCU looking to carry this ball in hand out of traffic there. That's number 6. That was Cole Bracken who was able to move forward there. Normally you want to try and clear your lines, get some distance there, but they felt confident with the ball in hand. GCU now still with it on the far side. Jerseys being pulled and thrown around, and the ball carrier is thrown into touch off to the side. Very physical play here as USD is able to turn that ball over the old-fashioned way, drag him out of bounds. It's a couple of spins there. I don't blame him for not recognizing that he was near the sidelines. So USD looking to redeem themselves from the last line out that went directly to GCU here and look to get back on that front foot attack. And here we go. You'll see a great angle of this, whether it's straight or not. A good fair line out, a wheel around again. And here we go, quick on the restart. You see it in the breakdown. Leishholm almost breaking through there. But he was dragged back again. Maybe those jerseys just a little too easy to grab. A knock forward and USD turns it over. A promising attack stopped quickly there. Garen White coming on here for GCU. You can see him running on into your screen right there. And a scrum in their defensive half for GCU. So GCU not getting as much of the ball as they had in the first half. Even before that yellow card, they were kind of bossing the game a little bit there. But USD has come out hard in this second half, aggressive and able to push forward. There we go again here on the restart. That one spills out, but somehow kept by the same player. But it is knocked forward there. Unfortunately, Aguirre not able to keep it. So this one will be a scrum to USD just inside the other half. Here you see it. Spits out right there. And it was off, it was an offload there, and it went right back to him. That is still a knock, even though it didn't quite hit the ground there. It's been a signature of GCU all day in the A sides and the B sides, the quick offloads. But Chumo here on the restart, but he throws it to a GCU player over there. Sawyer Bokamp says, thank you very much, I'll take that. Chumo had the break, but he gets rid of it and gives it to the wrong jersey there. GCU catches a break there. It looked like the lines weren't ready. That one hits the deck, but well taken. USD there, last man on the side. But a good aggressive clear out from GCU. They're able to retain it. This one's brought forward. Again, going into contact, keeping ball in hand. They're not dropping it to the foot to clear their territory. They want the ball themselves right now. GCU here on the near side. That's Justin Hubbard. Attempted poach, but a great clear out. It looked like it was a great clear out, but it was actually taken there. I think that was Dean Rapetti who got in there. Cole Dennis off of that turnover, and now we're driving forward here. That was Hardy who laid it off quickly. And a little too aggressive on the attempted poach there. So USD will have the ball in an attacking space here. And here we go, a quick tap to restart. That's number 18, Oscar Mantville. First time I've called his name today. He's getting into the game here on the restart for USD. Brought forward, that's Cole Dennis. Dennis dragging another pile of bodies forward here. The tackling starting to break down a little bit as this game goes on. But a good gang tackle from GCU right as I say it. Kieran McKeon drives forward, met well at the gain line. Chumo lays it off to Robinson. Robinson sees a hole. Not brought down, still driving forward Robinson. He's got his support, this ball's out. Nick Allen driven forward here. He's on the ground. Moving forward again, that's Cole Dennis. And in the breakdown, USD getting this ball out fast, but GCU with a quick attack there, recovered well. That was Lachlan Hardy who found that ball on the ground and is able to drive forward. But a knock forward and a turnover. GCU bends but doesn't break. Some frantic work back and forth there. Great work in the breakdown as that ball gets out very fast as the ball goes down. And GCU doing a great job defending, meeting at the gain line here. Here is that last turnover. Lachlan Hardy finds it. And then right here on the come out, and you just can't quite pick it all the way up. He was met as soon as that ball comes out. That forces the error. GCU, strong defense here. And here we go. Ball down to his feet, coming right at our cameraman. Well cleared of his lines. And I think that's our mystery man in the 22 jersey with that big foot. So a USD line out right at midfield here. And here you go. You're going to get a great view of it from our friends at TVX. The line out is up. Immediately poached by GCU. GCU gets onto it. And they're bringing it forward, ball in hand again. Hard hitting there. GCU brings it out to the side, going to the far end of the field here. No one meeting that number 12. That is Caleb Aguirre there again, as they are into Torero territory. Near to the near side. Dashton Goff now getting involved on the carries forward. The 22 there, I think that's Krager here. He gets the offload to Hubbard. Hubbard with the over the top. Well done on the ground again. That's Garen White there. The offloads are getting pretty athletic from GCU. Attempted counter ruck there from USD, but it is well met. GCU retains it. GCU has it here. Some nervy moments there in the breakdown, but they have it now, pushing off to the other side of the field. And I think that ball was stripped out. And USD is on top of it. So USD with the ball now. That's number 21. That's Nick Allen driving forward. And you see at that first bit of contact, not enough. Almost a poach there from GCU. Here we go. That's number 12, Dean Rapetti again. He is not being brought down easy. Every single one of these tackles now for GCU, harder and harder as USD is driving forward. An attempted poach there. Hands were on it. But it looks like USD has gotten back over it. No, they do. GCU does get in with the poach. A good turnover by GCU's defense. This one is kicked out. It hits the turf. And it stays in bounds and goes all the way out for a 50-22. I'm not sure he meant it, but it got a friendly bounce, rolled all the way down the sidelines. Had a mind of its own. Of course he'll tell me he meant it, as the sideline does want me to know. I'd love to see him do it again. An incredible break here for GCU, as that one looked like it was going to hit the turf and come out for a line out, but then it just kept rolling. I don't know if we're going to have a replay of that one, but that's a rare 50-22 from a very deep position. So the GCU line out here, we've seen them go in the maul on the inside of the 22. Let's see what they go for here. They go high, but it's not to their, the line out does let them down. That's Leishholm who does grab it. And so USD catches a break there. Here we go again, moving forward. Those tackles difficult for GCU. The Antelopes not quite able to get there through the charge down. Chumo gets it there. That's over the line past Jay Hanson. Now he's on his own here, but he is quick in that open space. Let's see where he goes. But D'Angelo Robinson is able to wrangle him there. So before he gets too out into the open, GCU is forced into the breakdown. Great open field tackle by D'Angelo Robinson in pursuit of that great kick by Chumo. So here we go. That's 22, a big kick. There's space back here. Chumo looking to claim it. He does let it hit the turf. Wisely gets to it. It's got some time. Able to get that ball back over. The GCU 22, maybe a little bit too slow here, looking for some support. A charge down by Hardy. Hubbard with the good hands. Some good hands on both sides. That's Drager. He breaks the lines here. Let's see if he gets an offload. But it is a little bit loose there, and the ball is on the deck. Hampton there in the middle of it all now. That's your fullback getting into those tough yards. Justin Hubbard here, quick around. Mason Hart trying to get on that cross kick, but not quite there. GCU not afraid to go to their feet and go for these advanced kicks here, putting a lot of pressure on there, just out of the reach of Mason Hart, the 11 there. You can see the 22, as soon as he's in a position there to attack, he wants to put it on his foot. He gets that 50-22 right there. He almost gets a great cross kick for a try attempt on the corner, but it's a USD line out here. line out is up. And USD does try to claim, but that is deemed not fair here. Didn't quite see the sign for it. A little bit of a talking to happening here for the sir from GCU. So it looks like it'll be a scrum here. And the scrum is going to be GCU's to start. So GCU down here late in the game, looking to get into the try zone. They've had the dynamic plays. You've seen the ball go to their feet a couple of times here. But in this second half, they've been shut out so far as USD has come back to take the lead in this game here. We start on that scrum, the uncontested scrum here in the B-side game. There's the 22, back onto his foot, a grubber right down to the middle. Looks to be claimed there. Well done by GCU. That might have been Garen White, I think, on the end of it. The grub kick from the 22 right through. And that was actually Caleb Aguirre there who gets through on it. You're going to see the great angle from it. The 22 of GCU immediately sees the opening. Just the grub kick right there, and that's Caleb Aguirre, yep, the number 12, who's able to just run onto it. No defender's going to catch those there. And so here we go. We've got a tight one here late as they scored that conversion. The last 5 minutes as USD will be kicking it away to GCU. Both sides looking for the victory here. Both sides well within their ability to get to it. And so we have had a treat of two great rugby matches here today. The first one coming down to the wire as GCU able to top USD on the A-sides game, and now a tied match here in the last 5 minutes of the B-side game as well. Here we go with these last 5 minutes on the restart. It is short, claimed, not all that confidently there, but here comes GCU. radio silence there. We lost a little bit of power here. If you've been watching, we did see a try scored by Sam Sweden here, and we just come right back in time before the end of the match there, as USD gave up that last try in the last 5 minutes, but then gets one on the wing there. A great run by Sam Sweden. They do take the victory 38-31 here in the B-sides match. A well-fought match from both sides. Incredible work here from both programs. Grand Canyon University and University of San Diego having a wonderful day of rugby. A-sides match ended with GCU on top. The B-sides is taken by USD. We'll have some highlights here for you before we wrap up. What a great day of rugby here in San Diego. High level play from both sides. Everyone working hard. Exactly what you want to see out of these young programs here. And as we see the sides take their handshakes there, again, a great aspect of the game. A great war from these guys. A fight back from USD after falling behind in the first half. Really just owning the second half and then coming back to take this one 38-31. And so as we are about to prepare to wrap up our coverage here today, one last time I want to say thank you to our sponsors, starting with NFP. USD Rugby is powered by teamwork, both on the pitch and in our partnerships. The Toreros would like to thank NFP for investing in our student athletes and believing in the future of our club. Through their generous support of USD Rugby, NFP has ensured that the Toreros can continue to perform at the highest level. For trusted policy guidance and coverage options, head to nfp.com to see how they can support your business insurance needs. NFP, an Aon company. Now Sports fuels USD Rugby on and off the pitch. Now Sports products are among the best in the industry, backed by world-class research, rigorous development standards, and the use of high-quality ingredients. Whether you're a full-time pro or just getting back into the game, Now Sports has the clean, lab-tested supplements and nutritional products you need, all without artificial colors or flavors. Together with USD Rugby, Now Sports is helping to form champions who compete with integrity. Visit nowsportshub.com to learn more about how Now Sports can fuel your performance. And of course, our last thank you, of course, to our partners at TVX Video. TVX Video has been covering sports in San Diego and around the country for nearly 20 years. They are committed to bringing you the best in live, local, and emerging sports coverage. If you enjoy these TVX Sports Video live streams, please consider showing your support with a super chat or by joining the TVX Sports Video membership program. Every donation goes towards supporting live, local, and emerging sports. And that does it for me here today, guys, at Manchester Field. Again, a wonderful day of rugby by both of these programs. Thank you so much to Grand Canyon University and, of course, USD here to host us a wonderful day here. It finishes 31-38 on the B-sides. My name has been Ken Laws. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We'll see you next time.